Hello, everybody. Welcome to the newest edition of the Panda Game Podcast. I am your host, LCMuscles, and this is episode number 32. And we got some big topics to cover on, especially movies. And I got a few rants to talk about.
Coconut boobs!
No drum. No coconut boobs. Don't have coconut boobs. And also today, before I start the show, is a very special birthday for one particular gal. Say hi, everybody. Goldie, it's your birthday today.
Oh, it's your dog's birthday? I had no idea.
14. Let me tell you something. The only way you can compare that is if you have a fucking turtle or a parrot.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, yeah, she's tired. She had a long day today. She's tired. She just wants to sleep, pretty much. So yeah, she's gonna be 14 years old. She's 14 today.
Wow.
I got a couple of gifts for her birthday, so very happy. She's still in good shape. She just falls asleep very often, though.
Aw, poor doggy.
You know, it's her age, though. So.
Yeah, it's her.
Oh yeah, she's 14. I mean, in dog years, what's that? 7 and 14.
98.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
That's like, man, that dog is Betty White.
Needs more butter. I can do that. I can do that with my voice now. Needs more butter.
I need a cosmopolitan.
Oh my God. Anyway, guys, introduce yourself.
Okay, folks. You fucking know me. Anyways,
Yeah, if you don't know me, I'm gonna take out my cock and pimp slap your ass, bitch.
yeah, then you'll know. It'll leave an impression and a bruise. But anyways, yeah. So normally I do my little radio-styled intro, but today I gotta say my voice is fucked.
You sound like Gary after he deep-throats me.
Oh my God, my throat is sore too. So hey, there you go. Anyway, so to make a long story short, I had an 11-hour shift at work recently, and I did it all by myself, and it kicked my immune system in the ass, and I got super sick. Like, it's actually a bit of a small story, but I actually got one of the worst fever dreams ever. Like the last time I had something like this happen to me was when I had strep throat. Oh my God! But I'll cover that a little later.
Those are a nightmare to deal with. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like again, to make a long story short, I was having fever dreams and I felt like I was cooking from the inside out. It was really bad, dude. But I'm back and for almost 100%. I don't physically feel bad anymore, which is nice, but my voice is still yet to recover. But I can tell you right now, it's 10 times better than it was last night. So, anyways, hope I can still add something to the show tonight. If not, there will always be the next episode. So, at any rate, let's go on to the next co-host, please.
And
oh, pardon me, I'm so sorry.
and Mr. Jerome himself.
Mr.
I got something to say to you, Mr. Lucas.
Yeah, what's up?
Your predictions.
We'll talk about them in a bit.
Yeah. Oh no! You can't get around. Don't you beat around the bush.
Don't worry, I'm ready to back up
Sorry, enchilada eating son bitch.
I'm ready to back up my predictions, but that I want to save for later on, though.
Yeah, you're gonna back up on my thick cock.
Okay, you know what's really funny? I have yet to share those predictions with my dad, and I'm going to.
Oh, of course, there's Mr. Dick Moranis. He's like, fat fuck on here again. Yep, fat dick. You got
Dick Moranis. Who the hell's Dick Moranis?
Who the hell's Rick Moranis? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Pussy whip friends.
I'm sick of these loaders and polluters. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pain and Gain, episode number 32, featuring Shadow Mac Pimp Daddy. That's me. I'm going to have to choke a bitch with my dick, motherfucker. And Mr. LCMuscles, Steel Dildos, Enchilada, Banana Tits, Coconut Blue, motherfucker. And who are we? We have two mass muscles, good-looking, handsome, Wesker-loving, handsome motherfuckers, and one smart man to even things out, the yin to our yang. And we have lots of movies.
Oh.
And I got some internet topics I found on the interwebs to talk about as well, too.
I was going to see 6 films, but I didn't get around to it. I saw 5 films.
I want you to go first, actually. I'm going to save mine for just a bit because I'm gonna count how many I have. 1, 2.
Yes, that's right, Mr. Pepsi. We have a plethora. A plethora.
I feel like shit.
Oh, he's tired. He's about to fall asleep.
Or as Gary would say it, we have a plethora.
Plethora.
Oh my god. Oh, that's another thing that reminds me. Gary, I didn't know he was recording this. He recorded me fucking just laughing my ass off. He was saying these words. Okay, I was laughing so hard that I had to put the pillow in front of my face.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's funny.
JR's barbecue hot sauce.
Oh.
it was more like JR's barbecue hot sauce. I was. Romy, shut up. You're boring. Yep, just like your sex life, Gary.
Tired.
Oh, you can say whatever you want, Gary. I already have something to backfire up in your butthole. I'm going to start with the best and work my way to the worst.
Oh,
now,
this is some dank shit. I'm sorry. Anyways.
That's what Gary sounds like when he's got the mascara running down when he's choking my chicken.
Oh God. So, Jerome, what was the best film you saw?
Oh, dude, I'm surprised this came out in January because this doesn't feel like a January movie because it was that damn good. I love this fucking movie, Kung Fu Panda 3.
Yes!
You finally saw it.
You did it.
Well, I saw it. I was like, okay, I want to see this in theaters. And
Wasn't it worth the decision? It was worth it, right?
oh, fucking A, it is. This movie is absolutely amazing. This is a beautiful movie. This is, obviously, it's from the exact same people who did Kung Fu Panda 2, and I couldn't be happier. This movie is absolutely hilarious. It's a well-told story because it ties in with some things from the second movie and especially the first movie, like the third movie should. It ties a lot of things up with the original. And I don't want to give out too much away, but let me say this. I couldn't be happier with this third movie. It is a delightful treat. It's a film that when you're done with the movie, you walk out. It's like you, Shane. It puts a great smile on my face.
Yeah, dude.
We both had big smiles on our faces when we got.
Oh, I love this.
A lot of it had to do with the message behind it, but besides that,
You know what? It does, and I'm not one of those, metaphorical art house critic where, oh, the message behind the movie. No, the message behind this actually, it was loud and clear, but it wasn't forced, and it was actually, and it works well with the merits of the story.
yeah, exactly, and that's one of the reasons why I felt so great at it. Besides it being highly entertaining for one, the message behind it was also
it keeps the tropes of keeping that kung fu style with the martial arts and the humor and the way it tells its story with that graphic design that it has. If you know what I'm saying.
God,
Also,
yes, absolutely.
J.K. Simmons as Kai.
J.K. Simmons was awesome in this movie.
Yeah,
You know what he reminded? Okay, I'm not saying it's a ripoff. I have to say this: it is heavily inspired by Kratos.
Those weapons? Yeah, those weapons are very similar.
Well, not only the weapons, but how he's built and how he fights.
Yeah, it's probably based around an actual style of fighting, though, I imagine.
Okay,
Yeah,
because
I think it is based off a style of Kung Fu. It is based off of it.
you know how it's based off of Chi. I think it's like Tai Chi, the energy absorbent, and
Chi.
Kung Fu, and all the other things. And oh my God, the movie. Okay, another thing is the visual gags. They are funny as fuck.
They are great.
I mean, they're so clever. The only problem I have with it is not every single joke hits a home run. But that's a minor thing, I mean, I love this movie. 9 out of 10. Hands, yeah. This a great conclusion to the series.
Indeed.
Especially how,
Better not make a fourth one, honestly.
I don't want them to be because there's no reason for it to.
There isn't. There is no reason for it.
So yeah, love this movie. Next movie I saw is The Boy, or as Gary calls it, The Boy.
Yeah.
This movie has like a 21% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. I was like, ooh. And when I first saw the first 20, 30 minutes, I'm like, yeah, this movie looks like it's fucking dumb. But as the film progresses, you're like, oh, I see where they're going. And in the last 15 minutes, all hell breaks loose. Just to sum it up really quick, overall, it's all right, decent. It's a decent movie. It was decent.
All right.
It was decent for what it was. Okay. This is like I said, I'm not saying it was a good movie by any stretch.
Where's rated though?
5.5 out of 10.
All right, that's not bad.
It could, as I always say, it could always be worse.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. Okay, the next movie is Norm of the North.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, now people like especially Luke Nukem. He saw, my name's Luke Nukem. He saw this, dude. He was like on the verge of tears. He was in pain.
Yeah, this it was pretty painful.
Oh, 15 people, nice. I will say this. This movie is bad. Okay, don't get me wrong. This movie is bad. This movie is shit. However, it didn't piss me off nowhere near as bad as some of the other ones.
We'll get to my opinion in a little bit, but
I will say this. What makes this movie bad? The story is fucking ludicrous.
It's so stupid.
What is this again?
Okay, the movie starts off. Okay, the movie starts off with Norm literally trying to eat a seal. That's how the movie starts out, and then it leads to him talking about his grandpa, and then it leads to people who want to build houses on the Arctic. I'm dead serious. Why would?
Stupid.
And then it leads to Norm trying to save his Arctic. And the way to save his Arctic, he's got to become a mascot. So therefore, he's got to go to New York and go up against the corporation. It's fucking so convoluted, dude.
That sounds retarded.
It is.
It's so bad.
And another thing is, why was this a theatrical release?
Because they wanted to make money and cash.
Okay, I would not be near as harsh if this was a straight-to-DVD release.
Because this was very close to being a straight-to-DVD release, but they said, you know what? Fuck it. We're just going to throw in theaters and see how much we can take away from the comic.
Actually, hey, Lucas, talk for a minute. I'll be right back.
But yeah, though, that's pretty much
Be right back.
I'll talk about Norm of the North from my side a little bit. Norm of the North, the problem with the movie is it's fucking boring as shit. This movie literally took me out of the way. 25 minutes of the movie, I literally stopped caring. The plot was stupid and convoluted. The problem with this movie also is it's not as bad as something like The Nut Job or The Strange Magic or Drawn Together the movie, but it's still bad. This movie just is stupid. The acting by Rob Schneider's stupid. He's annoying. Ken Jeong's in this movie. Even Fluffy has to be in this. I had to make a cameo in this movie. I'm like, really? Really, Fluffy? You're doing this to yourself? What happened to you, dude?
That sounds lame.
I know. Like, I don't know where he's been. I don't know what's happened to him like the past year or so. He hasn't done much, which is not good because I love Fluffy. He's a great comedian, but
yeah,
to do this movie, I don't know why.
Hey man, money talks and shit dribbles. That's how it goes on.
That is true. The cash cow goes moo, it craps out money faster than you could say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Anyway, though, this movie, Norm of the North, is it a horror? Is it one of the worst anime movies of like the decade? No, honestly, no.
Yeah, no.
I feel like the Nut Job is much worse. Nut Job with that, the acting is so annoying. It made me go like it tried to make me shut my ears at one point. It was like nails on a chalkboard kind of bad, the acting for that movie. But this movie, it wasn't as bad, but it's just boring and stupid. The lemmings are probably the dumbest characters in the movie. They're so hyperactive and annoying. This movie's filled with fart jokes, pee jokes, poop jokes. Oh,
everything bodily function jokes, apparently.
Yeah. And this is my second zero of the year, but it'll probably be my worst list, but this isn't like near as bad as like The Nut Job or Strange Magic or Ain't the Bat or Drawn Together the movie. But this is really, really dumb, and I don't know why I sat through it. I just stopped caring in the first half an hour.
Hey, you know what they call a lesbian dinosaur? A lick a lot of piss.
You know what they call a gay dinosaur?
Megasaurus.
Ah.
I already know that shit. Come on now.
That's a good one. Anyway, Jerome, your final thoughts on Norman the North, though.
Here's the thing, though. This movie is terrible.
It
All
is.
right? However, it didn't necessarily piss me off.
Like, yeah, that's the same thing. Like, it wasn't the nut job was much worse. Like, I was telling you,
I thought it was way worse. I
nut
thought
job
it
was
did, yeah.
way worse.
Or 8 Crazy Nights or fucking Legend of Oz.
Brought together the movie. That was.
To me, this movie is just forgettable. It's like, yeah, it's bad. I can see people having this on their worst, but to me, it's just forgettable. I give it a 3 out of 10.
What?
Yeah.
Really, a 3?
Mm-hmm.
I gave this a 0.
It's probably because it's so forgettable.
Exactly, it's forgettable.
Not only is it forgettable, it's horrible though. Like,
I know it is.
It's just.
Dude, you act like I just praised the movie.
Yeah, right?
The movie, Chris Stockley even said it right. It's an F. It's horrible.
Yeah, that motherfucker gave one movie a C, and we're gonna get to that a little bit.
Anyway, though, what's your next film, Jerome? Because after you're done, I'm going to talk about my films because I got some positive films to shine light on.
Next one is my 2 zeros.
Whoa, I know what they are. Can I just say it because I already know what it is?
One of them is 50 Shades of Black.
Yep.
Marlon Wayans, you are fucking garbage. You suck. You're not funny. I'm not kidding you, folks. 50 Shades of Black is undoubtedly awful. It's pretty sad when the movie that they're spoofing, 50 Shades of Grey, is actually better than the spoof movie.
Yep, it's actually better, folks.
Folks, how can you fuck this up?
2 out of 10.
How can you fuck this up? Seriously, every joke comprises of this, folks: a prank or a prank fall or slapstick joke. Number 2, a vagina, dick, or balls joke. Number 3, a sex joke. Number 4, a blatant racist joke. Or number 5, a sexist joke. Every single joke revolves around these.
Oh, it's so.
I'm dead serious. Every single one, folks.
Cringingly bad.
And, oh my god. And I love it how they were saying it's a parody, yet they're parodying Whiplash. That's the worst scene.
But that's one of the scenes I walked out on. I walked out on that scene.
Again, there is no correlation between the two films. Why is that even there?
Oh.
And then there's a 5-minute joke with how did Marlon Wayans know how to dance so well? And it shows him it's a Magic Mike joke.
Oh no! Don't remind me of that.
And it leads to him taking off his G-string, and it shows that he has big balls, but a baby penis. I'm dead serious.
That's retarded. I'm sorry.
It is. And also, every character I hated, the worst character in the movie for me, aside from Marlon Wayans, is this. Imagine if Rebel Wilson was way more annoying, and she was like a jive-talking, annoying, just like New Jersey, offensive piece of shit.
This girl. Okay, let me say something. This girl is worse than Tammy. It's worse. She's worse than Tammy.
No, she is. No, she is.
I'm saying that right now. She's worse. So much worse.
And, oh my god. Marlon Wayans. You know this movie's bad when Corey Coleman from Double Toasted made a petition to try to get Marlon Wayans to stop making these movies.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, man.
Oh my god. I'm not kidding you, folks. This is bottom of the barrel, adolescent horseshit.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds about right to me.
Yep.
And, okay, anybody ask me, did you laugh at anything? There is one scene I laughed at, but it's slapstick, and you know why. You know the scene where he takes that, okay, there's a whip, and he glides it over her arm to her hand. She's like, does that hurt? She's like, no. And then he just takes a whip and just, oh my god, does like a hammer swing and smacks her fucking hand so hard with the whip.
That scene, I'm just like, really?
It was just like, I was like, God
I did
damn.
not laugh at that scene. I'm sorry. That scene did not make me laugh.
It made me laugh because I just couldn't believe. I was like, holy fuck, she smacked.
The only thing I laughed at is when where he was reading 50 Shades of Grey. It's like,
I
Man,
did not
this
like that because I
sucks.
thought that was lazy.
I thought that was fun. I thought that was kind of funny. Like I chuckled. Like I only chuckled.
Oh no! Here's the other thing. You get to see the lead actress's her tits. I'm sorry, you're probably thinking really dumb. Think about it. This movie is a parody. This movie centers around sex, and at least you get to see her tits. Hey, I got a hunch. Ooh, 19 people following. Hey, I gotta find some type of gold in this massive piece of fucking dung. This movie's a 0.
It is obviously a 0. Thank you.
And now, oh my god, folks, Gary and I did a 30 to 35 minute rant. Now, I had to take about two to three breaks when I was watching 50 Shades of Black. Folks, this movie, I had to take 9 fucking breaks.
Wow.
This is, man, I thought Vacation was bad. I thought Pixels was bad. I thought A Haunted House 2, Tammy, Movie 43. I thought those were bad. Folks, never in the last 10 to 12 years have I seen an R-rated comedy this fucking bad. This movie is on par with Dirty Love as the worst R-rated comedy I have ever seen in my entire life. That movie is Dirty Grandpa.
Here's the thing, though.
I've listened to this rant already.
I couldn't leave. He could. I couldn't. I was in a screening, and I had to sit there and sit through this film.
You originally gave this a 3. Now you gave it a 1.
I gave it a honestly. Here's the thing, though.
Oh, come on! No, dude. After Gary and I and Justin Williams saw this, Justin Williams, he almost walked out 4 times. 4 times. Gary, if I wasn't there to help him, he would have walked out at the 45-minute mark.
No, trust me, it's not the fastest Gary has walked out of a movie before.
No, definitely not.
Record 6 minutes.
Record 6 minutes.
6 minutes. He knows what that film is.
Yep.
Oh my. Folks, I am not kidding you. This is the worst movie of the year. Nothing is going to top this. This movie, I'm going to make a bold claim. You ready? This movie is on par, if not worse, than Lord S2.
I think Lord S2 is honestly worse. Sorry.
No, and I'll tell you why. It's because Shane's going to be laughing his ass off. I am not kidding when I'm making this up. I told Alex this. I told Gary this. They were laughing their asses off. This movie killed me both spiritually, mentally, and physically to where I was shaking profusely like I was a violent madman, and I had to lay down because I was not in the right state of mind. And when I lay down, 30 minutes later, the stress got to me so bad. I mean, so bad. It got me so bad to the point that it affected my stomach. And I hauled ass to the toilet, and I was shitting my guts out for 20 minutes straight. This movie gave me the worst case of diarrhea.
Wow.
Oh my god.
This movie gave me the worst case of diarrhea. This movie is everything, every bad fucking movie rolled into one. Richard Roper, he said it perfectly. Gary and I hate this movie. I'm sorry, anybody who thinks this movie is good in the slightest, you could seriously fuck off. I'm saying it right now. You could fuck off.
Yeah.
This movie is, dude, if I was able to give a negative rating, I would give it to this. You know what the movie's about? Literally, the day after Robert De Niro's wife passing of 40 years of marriage, literally, what's the movie about? He takes Zac Efron, uses him as a chauffeur so he can drive him around Daytona Beach during spring break, and he can try to fuck college chicks, Robert De Niro's character. That is literally the plot of the movie.
That's retarded.
Fuck this movie, fuck everything about it, fuck the filmmakers, fuck everybody about it. This movie is pathetic. It should go to hell along with Adam Sandler and Happy Madison. This is a pathetic display of fucking cinema. So there you have it.
I hope this is on my worst list because
No, it's the worst movie of the year. Nothing's topping it for me.
So far.
Nothing for me topping 50 Shades Black.
No, I'm making a claim right now. Nothing is topping it. I said this about Lordas 2 last year, and I was right.
What about? Oh my God! I actually saw this trailer today. What about the Purge Election Day?
The turd lava dump? No. I'm serious. I'm going that far.
Fuck.
This
I don't know
movie.
how I can top that. All right. I don't know. I'm gonna top that. Okay. So I'm gonna talk about my movies now that I saw. The first one I saw was Hail Caesar.
No Coen Brothers movie.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Hail Caesar, what Hail Caesar is, it is the perfect homage to the 50s style of Hollywood. It is a perfect homage. I absolutely love the homage to the.
Is it kind of like to The Artist with the silent movies?
Yeah, it kind of is. And the best part of the movie is if this came out in December, this would be getting Josh Brolin would be getting a nomination for best actor in a leading role. I am not kidding you.
That's interesting.
Because Josh Brolin has one of his best performances in a year. One of his best performances in a long time.
Yeah, everybody I've talked to, like Nick Canito, he gave it his first. Everybody loves this movie.
I love this movie. The one problem I did have with this movie is a few scenes are a little bit too long, and another problem I did have is some jokes really don't fit well with the movie, but otherwise I still love this movie. Hail Caesar. Unfortunately, I don't know if this will make its budget back, which kind of
let me tell you, that was one of my topics. And I hate to say this, this movie only made a little over $11 million, and I predicted. Go back to like a few episodes before. I predicted that this was going to happen. I was right. Hail Caesar is the Coen Brothers' worst wide release box office return in history.
It's bad. Unfortunately, it's bad because I
timing.
really dug this film. I saw this in the screening. You know how many people got turned away in the screening? At least 30 people got turned away.
What do you mean?
30 people, like they couldn't fit any more people, so 30 people had to be couldn't go to the screening.
Damn, that's a lot of people.
Wow. And yet, this movie bombed so bad.
Yeah, that's what I don't get.
Because people love the Coen Brothers, so people love these kind of movies.
Well, the Coen Brothers are not a mainstream. They're not really mainstream filmmakers.
I know a lot of people that wanted to go see it were a lot of people that were fans of Coen Brothers.
It sucks that they're not more, well known, and I'd say mainstream makes it sound like a bad thing. It doesn't have to necessarily mean it's a bad thing,
Right.
It's the media portrayed by said.
What were you saying, Shane? My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm sorry. Sorry. I was saying most people tend to associate mainstream, saying it's synonymous with bad or horrible. Not necessarily.
Yeah, I'm not saying casual either, unlike someone we know.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's fine. It's just, it depends on who the mainstream person is and what media they have. And I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying is it's a damn shame because I would like the Coen Brothers to be more mainstream. I'd like them to be more recognized in their work because, honestly, it deserves more recognition.
There are a couple of movies from the Coen Brothers I hated, actually.
Really?
Yes, and there's one of them. Oh my God, this was on so many people's best stuff. I hated it. A Serious Man.
Never heard of it.
I have not heard of it.
Okay, this came out, I think 2000 and I'm guessing 2008. No, 2008. No, or 2000 or 2009. It was right around that time period. Correct me if I'm wrong. I forgot when it was. I couldn't stand this movie.
Damn.
Oh my God, you know what people are doing in the goddamn live chat? They're singing lyrics again.
Oh man, that's funny.
Though. Hail Caesar, I honestly give a 9 out of 10.
Excellent.
9 out of 10, very good film. Go check it out. Next film I saw is the first Zoolander film because this leads into my screening yesterday. But I saw the first Zoolander. I know it's not a recent movie, but I wanted to watch it so I knew what I was getting to for Zoolander 2. Zoolander, I'm just going to give a quick summary about the Zoolander movie. like a quick thought of it. Zoolander for the first one, it got me to laugh a couple times, and it got me.
I'm happy for you because it didn't do. Oh my god, I give it a 0. It was one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. I'm sorry.
I actually thought it was decent. It wasn't a great comedy by any means, but it's a fun. It was
great.
It was a fun movie. Like I had fun with it, even though I'm not going to remember much of it because I'll probably remember Zoolander 2 much more. I
would put it on par with Step Brothers. That's how much
I gave it a 5 out of 10, honestly. A 5 out of 10 for the first Zoolander. The second Zoolander I saw yesterday, and the second Zoolander is probably one of the most surprising films I've seen in a long time.
Okay. I'm surprised you're saying that, and let me tell you why. Because
this movie is great reception.
Oh no. Okay. Christian gave it I think a 1.6 out of 5. Scott Menzel from We Live Film, his wife Ashley, I believe that's her name. Really cool people. She said it is one of the absolute worst movies she's ever seen in her life. Oh, I predicted it. I was like, I knew it. I'm sorry. I saw the trailers and I hated the first movie so bad. I'm just like, why would you make a sequel after how many years?
My Big Fat Wedding 2. My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 should not have never happened, and I don't know. I'm not
exactly.
Because the first one even wasn't that memorable, honestly. The first one is okay, but it's like on par with Zoolander 2, honestly. Not Zoolander 2, but Zoolander, the first one. Like My Big Fat Greek Wedding and Zoolander, the first one, are probably in the same par. But Zoolander 2, I want to talk to you about a little bit of Zoolander number 2 because this is probably a movie that I could say is surprisingly good because the cameos in this movie are freaking great.
You know what else has a lot of cameos? Movie 43.
Here's the thing, Jerome. Here's the thing. The cameos in this movie are perfectly, like, they have perfect casting for the cameos. One of them is in one of the trailers. And I think you know what it is.
Why would they spoil it in the trailer? That sounds like a million ways to slit your wrist.
Well, that was Justin Bieber, the first one. That was like probably the big one, like the joke. And like that one was probably ones I'm like, but there's 2 other cameos in this movie. I was dying when I first saw it. Especially one cameo who dressed up in fashion. You're gonna laugh your ass off. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
And then, there's one scene in particular I almost fell out of my chair laughing at. It involves Zoolander with an advertisement, a past advertisement. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say any more. Because I only saw the first trailer going into this movie. I did not see anything else. Zoolander number 2, honestly, I enjoyed it, honestly. I really dug it. Like, it's not like a bad film, but it's an enjoyable film. Like I say, if I had to give a Jeremy Jahns rating, it's a good time, no alcohol required. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
By the way, after I saw Dirty Grandpa and I saw Jeremy Jahns' review when he said it's a good time if you're drunk, I unsubscribed from him and I unfollowed him.
Which I'm
serious. That's how bad I hated that film. And I say you can fuck off, I'm serious.
Damn. Read the group chat, Jerome.
I'm sorry, but this movie gave me physical harm. This movie gave me physical, personal harm to me. I know, everyone's keep fucking singing.
Today, which I was the North. I already talked about that. So the last film I saw after Norm of the North was Blue Mountain State: The Rise of Thadland.
Now, why did you see this movie if it's not even...
Here's the thing, Jerome. Like, I want to answer your question, though. I watched the original Spike series, which was called Blue Mountain State, when it aired on Spike for 3 seasons. I watched every single episode of the original series. And when I found out they're doing a movie, I was like, I'm on board. I want to see this movie. Because... And the good thing about this movie, the day it came out on iTunes, it was the #1 selling movie on iTunes. And it was only a budget of $1.5 million.
Oh Jesus! Does it show?
It probably made. I think it made twice to 3 times its budget in one day.
Wow.
from iTunes. That's how funny it's how good it did with iTunes.
Wait, that's like. Oh, I was gonna say. I
I
thought
think
you were
it's now
gonna
the number 3 or number 4 selling movie on iTunes right now, behind Bridge of Spies and a couple other films. But Blue Mountain State, if you love the show, you are going to love this movie. Like, I love the show, and I was dying laughing throughout this entire movie.
But that's the thing. That's if you love the show. How does it stand out on its own?
If you don't like the show, honestly, you're probably going to be really confused, and you're probably not going to like
Okay,
the movie.
I'm going to stop you right there because remember, I'm going in to see a movie, and if a film needs to force you to seek out another source material in order for you to understand or get the references or understand the movie in itself, then the movie fails on its own merits.
It's not made. The problem was it also was not released in theaters. It was like released straight to video. It's like straight to iTunes and straight to.
Alright. Well, that's
So
why I
it
didn't
really
see it.
wasn't like made for theaters. It really wasn't made for theaters. It was just made for the hardcore fans. That's mainly what the movie was going for. And
Alex,
this movie,
you quit fucking singing.
this movie though, I absolutely loved it. Blue Mountain State, The Rise of Thadland, for me gets a 9 out of 10. I absolutely loved it. This is I'm one of the big hardcore fans. I loved the show when it first ran. I was watching it nonstop. Mine was in high school. This was a show we talked about all the freaking time. It was that good. When I was in high school, this was the show because this show is awesome. There's football. There's hot chicks.
No more football. Football's over.
We get to talk about that later.
No.
Yes.
No more football. It's over.
It's one of your topics, girl.
We are going to talk about football.
Yes, we are going to have to talk about it. But Blue Mountain State, if you are a fan of the original show, go watch this movie. Online, it's on Solar Movie. I might even buy it. We'll see. But, yeah, Blue Mountain State, The Rise of Thadland, it is definitely worth a watch. You guys, if you're a fan of the original show, you should definitely watch it because the movie's got some ridiculously funny scenes. Oh, my God. There's one scene in particular I was dying at. But yeah, check that out. And now, that was pretty much it for movies. And then this weekend, me and Shane are seeing Deadpool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fortunately, what I did not know about, there was a screening for this movie, and I couldn't go. I was so mad I could not go to a screening for this film.
Oh, speaking of screenings, I'm sorry. I have to say this right now. I saw Kung Fu Panda 3, and it makes me scratch my head wondering, Austin rather saw 50 Shades of Black rather than Kung Fu Panda 3.
I was wondering the same thing.
No, I'm sorry. No. Like, did he wake up and he actually hit his head on the wall and it fucked with his brain and that caused him to switch the patterns around or some shit? I'm serious. Because how is that possible?
I have no idea.
Neither.
I'm watching this movie. I'm just like, who the fuck was looking forward to this horse shit?
Austin and Joe are definitely looking for this more.
I don't get it.
I was.
I would love for them to explain to me why. If they can give me a legit reasoning, then I can understand. But I'm sorry. I'm befuddled. My mind's a clusterfuck.
They were looking forward to it much more than I was because.
I'm sorry. If you can give me a legit reason, and then I'll be like, okay. But I'm sorry. I can't get that out of my head.
Because honestly, here's my thing though. Here's my take on it. I honestly, even though this was a bad movie, I found it to be a guilty pleasure. The Haunted House 2, because
no, that is one of the worst movies ever made.
I honestly thought it was a guilty pleasure. I know you and me disagree on films, Jerome, but this is I know you and me agree on films a good amount of times, but this is a disagreement because I honestly thought it was a guilty pleasure. Like, is it a great film? No, honestly not.
Great.
I'll give it a 2 out of 10. Honestly, like if I had to give a rating for it now, it's a 2 out of 10 because
I almost walked out of the theater.
It's a 2 out of 10 because there are some really funny moments in the movie. I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't laugh once.
Well, I respect your opinion.
I'm sorry, the scene where he fucking beats the shit out of that dog while he was inside a cardboard box.
That scene too. Trust me. You know, I almost walked out of that scene too. Trust me, I hated that scene as much as you did.
And that's the only time they don't do animal cruelty. And it's racist. Dude, fuck that movie, dude. I'm sorry.
I agree with that sentiment.
I know you guys didn't disagree with me, but I found some enjoyment in Haunted House 2. But it wasn't as much as like Zoolander. I'd rather watch Zoolander 2 or watch.
Oh, I wouldn't know because I haven't seen it, but I'll see it.
Anyway, though, that's my thoughts on the movies, though. And now, let's get into. I think do you have any other big topics? I know I have one topic I do want to go over real quick, and it is a rant.
On
a cartoon pilot.
What the hell is cartoon? Oh, all right.
A cartoon pilot.
There's been a lot of wrestling news. Sorry, Shane.
Yeah, there has been a lot of wrestling.
Yay! No, still no as much talking. Yay!
Don't worry though.
One involves Daniel Bryan's retirement, and the other one shows how much Vince McMahon is a fucking racist.
Yep. Oh yeah, we'll get into that. Trust me, because I have a voice on that too. But the first thing though is I really want to talk about this because this has been on my head since a couple days, since Monday. This has been on my head. I saw the pilot episode for Bordertown because you know what? I was kind of curious because it is Seth MacFarlane is the executive producer and it is
I'm out.
It's a top writer's show. Like I researched this, it's top writer's show, but Seth MacFarlane is the executive producer and he has a good amount of say in the show. So, and there's an interesting history on this show because this show has been pushed back 4 times. It was originally supposed to air in the spring of 2014. It got delayed till the fall 2014, then to the winter 2015, then the fall 2015, and now finally it got delayed till January 2016. And folks, this is a really funny statistic. This show got less ratings than a Family Guy rerun. Less viewers than a Family Guy rerun. I am not.
That is saying something. That speaks volumes right there.
Okay, I'm going to look up the statistics right now for this show, for the first episode. The first episode aired on January 9, 2016. Wait, I just want to make sure my date's correct. Oh, wait 1 second. Give me 1 second. Should go back. This aired on... No, wait, it says the 10th. My bad. It was January 10th, 2016. It drew 2.452 million viewers.
That's almost as bad as Raw.
That is low for a pilot episode of a Seth MacFarlane show. You know how much the Family Guy rerun did that weekend? You want to know how much it did?
I know that because I'm the facts guy. That's it. A Family Guy, 2.4. 2.4. That's about as many likes I got on my last video. As opposed to 12 dislikes.
Mr. Casual. Can I speak now, Mr. Casual?
No.
I'm waiting. Okay. The Family Guy episode that weekend, you know how much it did? 4.875 million viewers. So it mainly doubled Bordertown's audience. That is sad. When American Dad was on its last season, it was averaging 3.5 million viewers. And yeah, Fox is like, oh, it's not doing as well on Fox. We're going to cancel it. And we'll give it to TBS. It's just getting on TBS. The season 13 premiere got 10, 11, 12.8 million viewers.
It's because, I tell you why, it's because of quality. Ever since they hand the rights to TBS, they can actually take their shows with a lot more depth and a lot more quality, thus make an overall better product.
Over 12 million! And yet, this horrible excuse for animation only got 2.
Can I ask you a question? Is this better or worse than Mr. Pickles?
Mr. Pickles honestly is worse because the animation style of Mr. Pickles is god awful. But Bordertown has the worst message, though. This is shock humor just to be shock humor.
Well, that's exactly how Mr. Pickles is.
No, Mr. Pickles is a little bit worse, though. But Bordertown, the animation is god awful. It's just stilted. It's trying to be a Family Guy ripoff, pretty much. It is trying to be a Family Guy ripoff. When I read an IGN review for it, it was the worst rated show, one of the worst rated shows they've ever reviewed.
Hold on a second. The guys in the chat are saying, okay, it's January 3rd, Lucas.
Oh, my bad. January 3rd. I thought it was January 10th or something.
Sorry, I fucked up.
Oh, anyway, though, it was still that little viewers, but yeah, this show just literally defies law. They have to make up a place for this show. They can't even use like a good name for a show. They have to name it some stupidest shit name. It's called Mexifornia. That's the place they named their show.
Oh, in Mexico and California put together. Fucking wonderful.
Mexifornia. I'm like, what the hell is it?
That's like in Ride Along 2. Remember, it's like Bletterman.
There's a racist Mexican family and a racist white family in the movie, and that is pretty much all the jokes in the entire episode.
Oh, it sounds like a Marlon Wayans movie.
No, it's like Marlon Wayans. I don't even talk about it.
No, it is
I
Marlon.
started remembering this, and I just don't want to remember this anymore. Bordertown, I think it's going to get canceled. I really do think it's going to get canceled in this first season. Because it's been delayed multiple times, and its viewership is horrible. And networks have been talking about canceling the show.
This is the reason why I don't watch television.
Seriously, Bordertown. Like, you try to be a Family Guy ripoff, but you can't be nothing like Family Guy. You take the likability of Family Guy, and you take the like away of Family Guy, and you get Bordertown.
And this is from the same guy, Seth MacFarlane. Am I correct?
Well, technically, he's the executive producer. It's from the head writer of Family, like one of the top writers of Family Guy. That's mainly his idea, but Seth MacFarlane's the executive producer of it.
Yeah, sounds about
fucking
right.
wonderful.
All right, so wrestling. Ooh.
Oh boy! Okay. In case you not know, Vince McMahon is an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Because let me tell you something. Now, Daniel Bryan, by regular doctors, he has been cleared to wrestle. However, not towards the WWE doctors. The WWE doctors won't let him wrestle, and Daniel, they are. CM Punk can fucking tell you that. And another thing is he can't get out of his fucking contract.
Nope.
Because Vince McMahon is a cocksucker. So Daniel Bryan, due to the injuries and all the bullshit, he was forced to retire.
Yep.
This is the most over fucking guy in the business. The guy who gets bigger pops than anyone in the locker room since the Attitude and the Ruthless Aggression era. Okay? Look at WrestleMania 30 in front of 70,000 when he won the titles. He wrestled two matches.
He wrestled against Triple H.
That was both those matches are awesome.
And then he wrestled against Randy Orton and Batista.
And when he won both those matches, the fucking roof came off the place. Okay?
Dude, it was insane. I was loving it because that was like I was watching that with Alex. We were both loving that because
now. A lot of people are like, why is Daniel Bryan so famous? I want to explain to you why. Because he's organic. He's organic. He's naturally loved. He's not shoved down our fucking throats. He's not a corporate baby face like Buckethead and Muscle Boy bitch tits.
Romy.
So, yeah, and Daniel Bryan was forced to retire, and it's a damn shame because even he did not want to do it.
No, he didn't.
The same thing happened to Bret Hart. The same thing happened to Edge.
Well, didn't he just retire from WWE, right? Isn't he? Can he go somewhere else?
I don't know.
I really hope he can get out of his contract because WWE, let me just tell you something. WWE is complete another garbage. WWE wishes they could do something. Like, I thought Impact Wrestling was bad.
No, WWE is even worse.
But
I don't watch their shit. Dude, I don't watch their shit no more. The only time I watch it is for the pay-per-views or the events. That's it.
Same here. I quit watching Raw. I do too. The only thing I will follow now for wrestling-wise is the pay-per-views, and I'll follow Lucha Underground. That's it.
Yep. Gary showed me, and both of us had to show Lucas, and he was just like, Holy
I'm
shit.
like, oh my god, this is awesome.
And Shane can attest to that. He's not even a wrestling fan. He don't give a shit. And we show him this. Shane was like, holy fuck, this is pretty awesome.
It is. It's actually very entertaining.
It is. Yeah. See, this is Shane. That's like convincing me to read to take an English class in college. Come on now.
Oh, boy.
So, yeah, just stick to Lucha Underground or NXT.
NXT is good. I'll give NXT that.
No, their events.
The only thing keeping WWE afloat is NXT right now.
Yeah, pretty much. And you know why? Because Vince McMahon has Kevin Dumbass have nothing to do with it.
Nope.
Yeah.
And speaking of Vince McShit nuggets.
Oh, when I read this story, I was furious.
I was pissed.
I was furious. Beyond all belief.
Okay, hold on a second. Here we go. Okay, ladies. Okay, now if you don't know, okay, Titus O'Neil, or as what's his name? Double Nine calls him Titus Old Spice O'Neil.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a former UF Gator, Florida Gator.
He's a Florida Gator, and you want to talk about a guy who the WWE dropped the ball on? It's Titus O'Neil, because this dude is fucking awesome. This guy, he has so much charisma, so much personality, and the dude is a fucking powerhouse. The guy can bench press 550 pounds. He's he's a huge dude. And listen to this horse shit. This guy, he does so much for the business, involves charities. He's a hell of a role model to a lot of people. The reason why you may not see him in the ring is because he does a lot behind the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I'm not kidding when I say this. Titus O'Neil has been suspended for 90 days because he grabbed Vince McMahon in a playful and physical way. At first, it was it looked like it was kind of a joke.
Did you see the video? They actually released video of it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, are you kidding me?
He just grabbed his arm. I'm like, fucking really, dude?
For that, you get suspended 90 days?
Yeah, if this was Fuckboy Buckethead or Muscleboy Bitch Tits, they would have gotten nothing.
Nope, they wouldn't have gotten anything.
And you know what? That's not that. Yeah, 90 days. And Alex told me this. And to top it all off, guess what this is? This is Black History Month.
You are the worst, Vince McMahon. I am sorry. I lost all likability for you. I lost all likability for you.
No, I hated him for years. And you know the another thing? You remember when Hulk Hogan, he said he was saying the N-word and stuff. Yeah, what he did was bad, but they erased him from history. Yet you can go back. There's a segment where John Cena, this is where his Doctor of Thugonomics rap gimmick was going on, and Vince McMahon's like, hey, man. He's like, hey, keep it up, my ninja. Except he didn't say ninja. And then when he walks away, the camera turns, and guess who was there? Booker T and Queen Sharmell. Fuck you, Vince McMahon. You are horrible. You're garbage. You are a racist, biased, out of touch, dumb old prick. Let Triple H take over, because he knows what he's doing. I'm done.
Yep. Done about wrestling.
Fuck Vince McMahon.
Seriously, screw him.
He's a pathetic piece of shit
You gotta
trash.
buy a Triple H sledgehammer, for God's sakes. Triple H.
Triple H. You know what you should do? Just accidentally push Vince McMahon down a huge flight of stairs and say it was an accident. There you go.
What he did before, fake his death with the limo thing. But make it real this time. With the limo. Limo burning.
Vince McMahon is just like Donald Trump.
No. Donald Trump is a lot better than freaking Vince McMahon.
No, he's way better than Vince McMahon.
Way better.
Wait. Name one. Oh, okay. Actually, Alex has a really good question. Ready?
Right.
Now, you can't say The Rock because he's half black, half Samoan. Name one full African-American WWE champion.
Didn't Booker T win? Didn't Booker T win the World Championship once?
No, that's the World Championship. He never won the WWE Championship.
Oh, I remember he won the World Championship.
5 times WCW. And also, I was going to say Ron Simmons, but that was, I think, NWA or WCW.
Yeah, I think it was NWA. I think.
Yeah, you're right, Alex. Other than The Rock, I can't think of no one.
Me
I
either.
was gonna say Booker T, but that was for the world title, not for the main WWE championship.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. Vince McMahon, he's a racist prick.
He is.
Unless you're part of the unless you're
Triple H in the reigns. Get him
Unless-
and get dumbass out of here.
unless you have unless you're part of the legendary Anoa'i family. Oh, that's right. A Pizzle said this. Alex, Alexander Gray. He's like, Paul London got fired for smiling. That is true for a facial mannerism.
What?
That's serious.
That's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Does Vince McMahon have a marijuana tree in his office where he
And
just
here-
grabs
and-
the marijuana and then just starts smoking it?
And here's the thing, he will not. Okay, Vince McMahon, he despises the word wrestling. He forbids the
And
announcers.
Entertainment.
Yeah, even though the name wrestling is in your fucking name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember when Donald Trump calls Rosie O'Donnell disgusting. Yeah, I remember. But you know what's kind of fun? Did you know that Rosie O'Donnell was in she was in leather dominatrix outfit in that movie Exit to Eden?
I don't want to know about that. I don't want to see. I don't want to know about that. Anyway, let's go into the next topic. I know I've gotten criticism over this, but let's talk about this now. Let's just get this out. My football full prediction.
Right now, Alexander took off his headphones.
Folks, I told you in the status to not make a big deal about this. It's called bold predictions. They're not going to all happen. I even said it myself. They're all not going to happen.
That's not the point. That's not the point.
Yeah, and sorry to say, it's not the point.
What's the freaking point?
I'll
me.
tell you what the point is. You ready? This year, the year before, and the year before, and every single Pain and Gain Pick'em episode, every single one, you claimed that the Steelers were going to win.
You know who also did? Ike Taylor.
Who's Ike Taylor?
Ike Taylor's a former Steelers cornerback. He did that on many NFL Pick'em episodes.
What does this have to do with him?
Because he's a true Steelers fan, and
I don't give a shit if he is or isn't. I'm asking you a question. What does this have to do with him? This is about you.
Honestly, if you're a fan of the Steelers and you believe it in your heart that they're going to win, I believe in my heart they're going to win. And
No.
I'm wrong sometimes? Yeah. I'm wrong sometimes, and I'll even admit when I'm wrong.
I get it, man, but we're talking on a statistic, numerical standpoint.
Yeah.
What
I
is
remember a couple years ago, I thought the Packers were going to go to the Super Bowl, and they almost did. They went to the NFC Championship. The year after, I was just like, you know what, they might make the playoffs, but I'm not sure. I'm just going to have to wait and see. And I was, almost dead on. But it's like I said, if they lost to the Cardinals or the Redskins, I wouldn't be surprised.
That's because they weren't favored. The Redskins were technically favored.
Does it matter?
Yeah, it's not like you're basically giving Goku spirit for making a spirit bomb by just being a sports fan.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, I'm gonna play devil's advocate, but
I'm sorry, dude. It's bias. I'm calling it.
I will.
Dude, if that was the case,
I love my team though, and I don't.
That's fine, but you have to think logically.
all right,
Not
can I-
think sentimental.
The majority of my picks.
Can I talk?
Okay, I won't even play for something for you guys. This morning though, my goal, I know I predicted the Super Bowl was going to win. Guess who also picked the Steelers to go to the Super Bowl? Mike Golick and Mike Green.
Oh my God! What does this have to do with him?
They both picked. Guys,
I don't care. We're not talking about him. We're not talking about him. We're talking about you.
I understand, but I have a faith in my team, and
That's
I picked my team to win.
That's
I'm
fine.
wrong sometimes. I'm
That's
wrong.
fine and all. That's good,
But
but
for you to literally say that the Steelers are, you said this at the beginning of this year. You said this at the predictions for next year, and the year before that, and the year before.
Because they're always contenders for Super Bowl. They always are. With Ben Roethlisberger
God.
and Steve Brown, they always are contenders. Every year, there's always experts that pick them to go to Super Bowl.
Yeah,
But
the Patriots
single
make
year-
it there, but you know why? Because they cheat.
They do not cheat. The Steelers do not cheat.
I never said that. I said the
never
Patriots.
said, yeah, we said Patriots. Not,
Okay.
Jesus Christ, defensive a little bit.
Patriots definitely cheat. I can agree with that. The Patriots definitely cheat, but the Steelers do not cheat, and they're picked to go to the Super. Like people pick them to go to the Super Bowl every year.
Okay, that's
I'm not
people.
talking about
That's
that.
people, though. Okay.
That's people. Not. Lucas, Super Bowl 45.
I was right there. They went to the Super Bowl that year, right?
Hey, they lost, dude.
They still got there, right? That's more than a lot of teams. Okay, there's many teams that haven't gotten there yet.
That's like me saying, "Oh yeah, well my team's the best because we won 13 championships as a whole." You don't hear me doing that shit.
I know. I'm not going to.
And
What?
we respect you for that. We respect you for that.
Respect you for that.
It's like it's like the Bears. You know what I said? Hey, Lucas, I'm gonna say this right now. I'm a Green Bay Packer fan. And you know what I said? The 1985 Chicago Bears is the greatest NFL team in history.
I can honestly agree with you there.
That or the Miami Dolphins when they were undefeated. Those are the two greatest teams ever.
The 72 Dolphins I'm a little split on because there are some problems with that team, and a lot of people do agree that they're not as great as everybody thinks they are. I still think they're a great team. They won 17-0, but that was in 72 though. But
Don't matter. They were undefeated. They're the only undefeated team to win the championship.
they did have a cupcake schedule that year, though. They did play a really-
Jesus Christ!
I'm telling you off statistics, they did have one of the easiest schedules that year. They had the 5th easiest schedule that year.
Oh my
And
God,
they
that's like
only won
telling.
the Super Bowl by 7 points because the kicker had to do a stupid pass. They barely got lucky.
That's like telling a Call of Duty player why Half-Life 2 is better.
Yeah, they won't listen.
They won't listen.
I know this from
We all know
experience.
Half-Life 2 is obviously better, but
What?
you obviously know Half-Life 2 is a better game than Call of Duty. But that's
Dude, Half-Life 2 is legendary. If it wasn't for that, Steam would have been invented. Valve wouldn't be the top notch of video game development.
I'm not sure about the whole
Steam
Steam
MLG.
thing, but Valve definitely wouldn't have. Well, actually, I take that back. It's not because of.
It's how
Half-Life.
it developed into something.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the funds that they received from that created Steam.
Exactly.
Exactly. So, you guys want to ask me about my prediction? I wanted to talk to you guys because I wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on what you guys think of them. That's pretty much why I wanted to bring up the topic. What do you think of my predictions? I'm not trying to be biased or anything because I'm definitely not biased. I just have a passion for my team.
I know. It's just when you said win by a landslide, that's when I had to laugh. I'm sorry.
Dude, yeah. I remember one game, he literally said...
I know we're giving you a lot of shit because of this.
Prediction, is it going to come true? No. I don't know if it'll come true or not, but...
But you said the Steelers were going to beat the Bengals like 50, 60-something to 20-something. You said that in the painting game, Pickham.
I do agree with that. That was because...
Oh, okay, then. Okay,
I
then.
do agree, and I was wrong. Because you know the reason why we
Right, yeah, they lost!
Because of Le'Veon Bell getting hurt. That was the only reason we lost that game.
Nah.
Montez Burfict is probably the biggest piece of garbage in the NFL. He should be banned from the NFL. This guy is the ultimate form of garbage. If you had to pile a bunch of trash bags into a NFL player, you'd get Montez Burfict.
Lucas, let me tell you something. You know why the Packers lost to the Seahawks? It's because the Packers
Mr.
fucked
Rogers.
up. No,
I know.
the Packers fucked up and they dropped the ball.
Yep, the tight end. The tight end dropped the ball. The tight end dropped the ball.
No, it had a lot more to that because they scored 14, 17 points in what? Under 2 minutes?
Yep.
Think about it. That's me saying that.
Indeed.
You don't hear me saying, "Oh, the only reason why Packers lost to the Broncos is because of Terrell Davis." It's like, no, because Denver Broncos were the better team.
They were the better team. I do agree. It just depends on many things, though, why I think of my opinion. So. There are definitely reasons why, and I could point out to certain things that cost us the game, or like certain things that do happen that help us lose the game. Like the reason why we lost, one of the reasons why we lost the Broncos is we had two main reasons. We didn't have Antonio Brown, and because of Fitzgerald-Toussaint's fumble, that really killed us. And the defense was extremely tired playing in Denver because Denver is a tough place to play. So ask me about my predictions, though. I just want you guys to ask me about them. Like, tell me what you guys think, and then and ask me why you think I think that. That's mainly what I want to know because
I already asked it.
No, you asked me about like each specific one though. Like, what you think this is going to happen? Like, why do you think this is going to happen? And all that stuff.
I'm sorry, but when you say the Steelers are going to win the Super Bowl easily, I'm sorry. That already answers.
Just as I said before.
Yep.
I'm sorry though. I go with my team because.
Well, I mean, okay. Let's be honest. You're gonna go with your team because you like them. We do the same thing with all of us.
They are one of the favorites this year. They are the favorite. One of the favorites that will go next year. Westgate Superbook for Las Vegas has them the third highest.
That is sports betting. Sometimes they don't go right.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Again, there's that word, betting.
Yeah, it's like if you go to a horse racing and this horse is 10-to-1 odds of not winning, and he ended up winning the Belmont Stakes.
It would be an upset according to the statistic.
According to the sports betting, exactly.
Yeah, the sports betting statistic.
There's also experts that pretty much pick the. There are a lot of experts that have recently.
Oh my God, that's experts.
Mike Green, Goldie. Listen to their show in the morning. Listen to their.
I don't care to.
Because they explain perfectly. We didn't have Antonio Brown. We would have beaten Denver. Like, I'm just going off of what I think, and I believe.
By the way, the ESPN's computer predicted the Super Bowl would win by the Panthers. Guess what? It was wrong.
You know what I like doing by predictions? Is via a freaking Madden game. Now that's.
At least that actually has. At least that's a simulator, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, exactly. That's fun. That's just in good fun, though. So.
I just do it for fun. I don't get why people are going crazy over it. It's just.
I just told you why. We told you why, Lucas.
Yeah. I know, but you're not. It's not supposed to be. They're not all supposed to be taken seriously. They're just bold predictions. They're not. It's like.
Bold predictions is an understatement.
They make bold predictions all the time, every week on NFL Network. They make before the games. They always make bold predictions.
They'll probably get a lot of shit because of that too.
Okay, Okay, here we go. This is gonna solve everything. When the Packers faced the Redskins, this was on Fox. Every single one on the panel, all 5, 6, 7 of them, picked the Redskins to win. The Packers won 35-17.
They were wrong.
Exactly.
And I might be wrong too. So everybody, stop getting your panties in the knot. Seriously.
Okay, that's a cop-out answer.
I'm probably gonna be wrong on some of these predictions.
Probably.
Okay, fair enough, but that's not okay. You know what? It's just not the point we're trying to get across.
That's exactly what I'm trying to think. Thank you, Shane. That's exactly what I was trying to say.
I hate to say it. That's just not exactly what we're getting across here. I am so sorry about my voice, by the way. It's probably because of that. It's kind of hard.
From the former Olympics, we have the double deadlift event.
And that's deadlifting. And that's another reason why I'm having a hard time getting a word in edgewise is what I was trying to get across. Thank you.
It's okay. Stuff on the computer stuff.
No, it's okay. I'm just trying to get a point across as well as busting your balls at the same time. But anyway.
I'm sorry, Shane. Every time he's like, oh, that's a good drink.
Okay, let me ask this question, though. If you guys read them, right? Which one do you think is most likely going to happen?
Obviously not the main one.
two words. Brett Favre.
Brett
Favre.
No, serious.
Did you see what he looked like when he was getting like his coat and his ring measurement and shit? He's fucking jacked, dude. God damn, dude.
Yeah, dude.
For an old guy, he is actually in very good shape.
Dude, he's huge. He's like built in there. He looks like he's been lifting because he's a farmer boy. And,
yeah, that's true. Yeah. But anyways, back on the topic.
That is most likely going to happen. What do you think is going to be happening? The most likely one that's going to happen.
Ben Roethlisberger is going to get injured.
No.
Okay. I'm going to tell that one.
He doesn't know anything. His Dolphins are a rebuilding team. He's going to have to face that fact. They're going to be a horrible team next year, too.
Oh, you don't know that.
I'm going off that bold prediction, too, that the Dolphins are going to be a rebuilding year.
No wonder Alex won the NFL Guy of the Year from the Network Awards.
I go off basically statistics and my knowledge and my gut instinct. That's my little...
gut instinct. Yep. Oh my god, that's like. Oh my god. Then again, I would have said Ronda Rousey was gonna kill everybody, and guess what? She got destroyed by Holly Holmes.
Yeah.
No one called it. No one thought that was gonna happen too. So
Exactly. That's the point we're trying to make.
Yeah, exactly.
whatever. Just. I really don't care at this point.
Oh, hold on, I gotta do this. My rifle copter goes wash. I'm sorry, I didn't say I guess Pepsi, man.
Indeed.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Oh my God, Jack Harrington. I gotta read this from Jack Harrington.
Whatever.
This is what he said. Lucas, it's way too early to say that. And he says, Jack says, Lucas, you're worse than me. And he's a Patriots fan.
Do you know who did also early season predictions, though? There is an Indianapolis Colts beat writer who did his early Super Bowl predictions, too. So
That is him. We're not talking about him, though.
Yeah,
I'm not the only one. I'm saying I'm not the only person to do
Okay,
it.
that
fair
is
enough,
fine.
but that's
We're
fine.
not talking about them.
Yeah, that's fine. We could rap on them on another time, but this
Oh,
is...
I gotta read this from E. Nunn. He says, I predicted that Pixels is gonna win the Super Bowl.
That's actually pretty fun.
Trust me. Don't be surprised if they win this year. I'm going to call it, don't be surprised if they win.
Alright,
I'm going to
if the
say,
Ste-
end of
if the
conversation. We're ending it now.
Okay, if the Steelers win, I will do something. I don't know what, but
I will too.
I will do something.
If the Steelers win the Super Bowl?
Yes.
All right.
Calling it right now. I will figure out a challenge for myself, and I will do it.
Pepsi Man says, the Steelers are gonna. He goes, I want the game to be 69-2, and Joshua says 7,000-0. 666 to 666.
How about 69-0?
What kind of show am I running? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey man,
Okay, now Alex says 8675309.
About that number. There's actually a number that works with that number. Dial 212-867-5309. It actually works. I am not kidding you.
That's pretty funny.
How about 100-0?
PetSmart. When I was at PetSmart, and they usually have a Pet Perks phone number you enter in, that number actually works. I am not kidding you. If you enter a PetSmart system, that number works. 212-867-5309. It actually works.
That's pretty crazy.
The Steelers are going to win 187-14.
No, we suck. All right, and I'm ending this. All right,
It's just in good fun now. It's just
Denver Broncos. All I gotta say about the thing about the Super Bowl is the Denver Broncos. Congratulations to Peyton Manning. You deserve to go out on top.
Oh, damn right. And Cam Newton, man. Let me tell you something about Cam Newton. Woo, boy, you just saw the face he was making when he was at the press conference, man.
He was
like he was ready to murder somebody.
Aw, man, was he being a poor sport?
I don't know if he's being a poor sport. From what I've heard, because there were multiple press conferences, and I think one of the Denver Broncos defensive players was getting interviewed, and he was talking shit about the Panthers, especially their offense.
Wow, man.
And during the press conference,
the man's ego did just get deflated. I mean, come on.
Well, here's the thing, and also he got so mad he just literally got up and left.
Mm-hmm.
That's a damn shame, because now I gotta tell that to my mom because she's a Cam Newton fan.
Okay, here's the thing: you're getting paid millions upon millions of fucking dollars.
Yeah. Right.
Man, grow a pair of fucking nuts, man up, and say what needs to be said.
Yeah. Say congratulations to the winner.
Don't be
a poor sport, man. It's that fucking easy.
Look at Peyton Manning when he got his ass kicked in the Super Bowl a couple years back.
Super Bowl 44. He walked out without shaking anyone's hand.
Yeah.
And they barely mentioned anything about it. Like the week after they did, but after now, no one mentions anything about it.
Yeah, right. It's like, yeah, it's just a bunch of ridiculousness nonsense, dude. If he's doing that just because I mean, okay, let's be honest. Super Bowl is a big, big deal. I get it. All right?
Big
Even
deal,
as
dude. It's the most watched event in the world.
Yes, I understand that. That's what the point I'm trying to get across. Now, The thing is, though, and I understand Cam Newton has an ego. He does.
Oh, he does.
Big ego. I cannot stand people with big egos, by the way. I do not do well. I do not function very well. Sometimes I can make exceptions. If they're
Kanye West.
Can't fucking stand him. Can't fucking stand that guy. Now, my point is that I even had this discussion with my mom too. Is that like, if you are doing a huge sports event like this, all right, millions upon millions of people are watching.
Over 100 million.
Yep. All eyes are on you. I got the pressures on and everything like that.
Oh, yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that after the game is done, that not everyone is watching you again. So they're watching you as well with your sportsmanship. Now, if you're going to act like a pussy-ass bitch about it, and be like, oh, I pout about it, oh, I didn't win the Super Bowl, then fucking go somewhere else. It's that simple. Give me a break. Congratulate Peyton Manning for winning.
Oh, I fucking love Peyton.
Play again. This is something he deserves because even me, you guys know me, I don't do this shit. That I can say that this guy deserved it.
Goddamn right he does.
He's young. He has time to do this again.
He's 26.
Exactly. Dude, he's only 4 years older than I am.
Shit, I'm older than he is. Goddamn.
But the main point I'm trying to get across is that even with something as big as this, sportsmanship plays a big deal, very big deal. And if he can't even do that, then his ego's just gonna keep him the best of him. He's just gonna keep losing. Because if you don't think positive, you're not gonna do well. Simple.
Okay, now fucking A Pizzle's quoting the movie Taken. Okay, and I will give it this. Lady Gaga, bravo.
Yeah, bravo, Lady Gaga.
Dude, that was, not only was that superb, man, she's finally getting her actor. She was looking fine as hell.
That is one fine Blaziken, I'll tell you what.
Dude, let me tell you something, man. With her erotic sex appeal and those long fingernails, I just want her to just scratch down my back, like, woo, give me the goosebumps, man.
I still see the comparisons between her and Blaziken for Pokemon.
Fuck the
Hunger Games.
And fuck the halftime show. Need I say more?
The halftime show was bad.
I was at work doing an 11-hour shift. I couldn't see this shit. So.
Okay, I can tell you the best and worst Super Bowl commercials. The best, one of my favorites, was the Snickers commercial because that was groundbreaking.
Snickers William Dafoe commercial. That was great.
That was brilliant. The worst, fucking
Puppy Monkey Baby.
Oh my god!
What the fuck is that?
That is the dumbest thing ever.
Dude, let me tell you something. I was having an argument with a friend of mine on Facebook, and I was like, "Why?" He's like, "This is the reason why. Because the corporation wanted you to get you talking about the commercial. Therefore, they succeeded." I'm like, "What? I don't give a fuck about money." It was one of the stupidest goddamn things I've ever seen.
You don't know what Puppy Monkey Baby is. Puppy Monkey Baby has a puppy pug's face with a monkey's upper body and a baby's lower body.
It was for a mountain. I'm not kidding you.
No, I'm not kidding you. Look at it right now.
Dude, I hated it so much that I'm not even sure if I want to buy a Mountain Dew product ever again.
Well, more than likely, I won't ever buy Kickstarter ever again.
Well, I'll say Kickstarter. Yeah, fuck Kickstarter. They can shove that up their butt.
It's called Mountain Dew Kickstarter. My bad. It's called Mountain Dew.
Oh my god, what is this shit?
Dude, it looks like something Adam Sandler would laugh at.
Yep.
Dude, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
Anybody who laughs at this, seriously, anybody who laughs at this shit, go run into a stalagmite.
Anyway, though.
Oh yeah, the Snickers commercial with William Dafoe, playing the Marilyn Monroe part, and how they incorporated her. That was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that, of course, but
that was great.
that was groundbreaking. I wonder how they did that. Oh yeah, for next year's Super Bowl, have to get Metallica or Judas Priest or something. AVGN said it right, dude. What is it with these Super Bowl games? They always get these wussy pop bands. It's shit.
because that's
the problem is Metallica. They really won't do this. Honestly, I don't know if they'll do this show because they have.
I can give you an answer for your question.
I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
The reason being is because first of all, example one. Listen to the radio. Radio is fucking cancer, and I can tell you that from where I work, I have to listen to all these songs
Oh,
over and over again.
know.
I think I've heard Adele's song, Hello, probably 8 times in one day. 8 times in one day.
You could probably lip sync it.
Oh my god, dude, I could. And that's because it's the in thing. It's because it's popular. That's why. Because that's what people want to see. It sucks.
Popular.
I know.
Yeah, it's like look at the Ridiculous 6. It's the most watched it's the most watched movie in Netflix history.
What?
Yeah, because it got a lot of exposure.
Anyway, though, do you have any more topics, Jerome? Because me and Shane do have one more topic to cover.
I have one more. Now, I was asking Shane if I can find this, but he wasn't able to get back to me. You know, he's so busy working. I wanted to play the John Romero level that he created for Doom, which is a replacement of E1 M8 for the first Doom game. But instead, I finished up, finally, Sergeant Mark IV's map pack that he created. It's like a retelling of Doom 1 and 2. It's called Hell on Earth. Now,
it is interesting.
Now, the way you get this, you go to modb.com. You know that website.
ModGV, yep. Mod database.
ModDB. And you can get it there along with Brutal Doom version 20B. And I will say this. Wow. This is fucking awesome. But I did have 2 problems with it. One, I don't know what it does with me, but levels 10 through 15, sometimes when I try to reload the next level, if I save too many times, the fucking game crashes.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, man.
It's like Zandronum encountered an error, please, blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, it's only from levels 10 to 16, 10 to 15.
That's bad.
Yeah.
But I will say it like Doom 2, if you go to level 15 and you find the secret exit, I couldn't believe this. Guess what the secret exit is? Because there's 2 secret levels. The first one, it's the first level of Duke Nukem.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I was like, that is awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool stuff right there.
And the super secret level was like a recreation of Wolfenstein.
Oh, that is awesome.
Okay, here's my other problem. Now, the game is fucking hard. Okay? But for the most part, it's challenging. Except the last level. Oh my god. Now, you remember in Doom 2 where you go up against that big demon skull head that shoots nonstop like enemies at you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I love the new look of the boss. You pretty much go up against this like hundreds of foot tall. His name is oh fuck, I forgot what his name was. Let's just call him Saint for the time being, okay? He's like a humongous monster. Here's the problem. He's cheap as fuck. Because he takes so many bullets. There's this one move he can do. If it even lands anywhere, not even close to you, but maybe by you, you die in one hit.
Oh, that's lame.
That is fucking lame. And the only way you can dodge it is if you keep on running at fast speed while you're trying to dodge. That's the only way you can dodge that shit.
That's annoying, man.
Yeah. And he's constantly shooting enemies out of his skull as well while doing these other maneuvers. He's way too fucking hard for its own sakes. He's retarded hard. He's cheap as fuck.
Yeah, it's not fair like Dark Souls.
No.
Like Dark Souls Ornstein and Smo boss battle. That was hard only because, well, there was a multitude of reasons, but it was fair.
Yeah, this one, dude, it's not even fair.
Yeah.
Like, there's this video I saw where a bunch of people are playing co-op, and it's like 6-7 people. Now, if you die in co-op, you can start the level over, but you don't start the level over in terms of like, you know, enemy spawns or shit like that. You keep all your weapons. You just go back to where you were. Puppy Monkey Baby is one of the worst commercials. Amen. I bless you, dude. This video. You can just see the statuses. It says dead, 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 dead. Because you keep getting killed by this fucking monster. Oh my god! And you know, you might have a better time killing him with, you know, like at least a couple of people. But Jesus Christ, dude, it's probably fucking impossible unless you save during the boss battle, because you can do that. That's what I had to do. I couldn't defeat him in one go. I couldn't do it. He's that fucking hard. But overall, other than like levels 10 through 15, I don't know why it crashes. The game is let me tell you something. The game, what it is, the first 10 levels, chapter 1, you're on the base of Mars. Okay? And then you reach the portal that takes you to Los Angeles. And then the next 10 levels, which is chapter 2 or episode 2, it's Los Angeles getting attacked. You know, it's like hell on earth, pretty much. And then chapter 3, it's the best chapter, is when you're in hell.
Right.
Like the original games. But this one, oh my god, in terms of its background design, in terms of its sinister music and, you know, like audio details and shit like that, dude, it was I won't say it was scary, but it was frightening. Like there's some sequences, like level 28, where you know how you can rescue your rescue friendly Marines into Brutal Doom. Not in level 28 because there's some like he's like screaming in agony pain. I'm like, what the fuck? And like his face is all scarred up, both his arms were gone, and he's got these big spikes going through his thighs. And he's like, help me! Ah! And then you just gotta take the shotgun and just shoot him out of his misery.
Damn, man, that's pretty.
Yeah, dude. Like Sergeant Mark IV went all out when creating these hell levels, man. But yeah, this is I love it. It was incredible. But the last boss is fucking cheap as hell.
Damn.
Yeah. Give it a shot if you get a chance, man. It's awesome. It's incredible.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all I have.
All right, so Shane, we have one topic left, and I think you and me definitely know what it is. It's a topic we pushed back 1 week because, fortunately, we couldn't get to it last week. But this week, we're now finally going to talk about this. We are going to do our top 10 Cartoon Network shows.
Oh, boy,
Indeed.
Shane's going to be twisting his nipples.
Oh, my God. Twister is going to be so good.
All right,
He's going to need some battery clamps.
Wait, give me a second. I got to get my battery.
Remember that movie, Crank High Voltage?
Yeah, exactly.
I have 2 honorable mentions to mention real quick. Dexter's Laboratory and the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, those 2 are good. Jindy Tarantowski.
Yep. Good stuff.
Actually, wait, I have a few more, actually. I do have a few more honorable mentions. I just forgot to,
Mr. Interlactus.
I have, my other honorable mentions are Super Jail and Metalocalypse.
I love Super Jail. Oh, Metalocalypse. He's like, yeah, that's pretty
Metalocalypse was awesome, and it has some great music.
Remember how they don't like saying the, like, he's like, oh, what happened? They don't like saying the word dead, so like, oh, he turned into hamburger meat.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty brutal, man.
Totally brutal.
And then you got, Super Jail. That show is hilarious.
Oh, my God. It's too much for me.
Oh, I love it.
Those are my 4 honorable mentions, though. Shane, do you have any honorable mentions on your list?
Nope.
You don't?
No,
Alright.
well, okay, I do have one, and you're going to disagree with me on this one. And that would be, what was it, Adventure Time. Now, the reason why I say it's an honorable mention to me is because, honestly, it's because it's super creative, and it's bright, and it's just a fun show. I will say, though, that show is drugs. It really is.
It's pretty much the Wolf of Wall Street if it was animation.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I also have another one. Codename Kids Next Door.
Yeah. Oh, it's not your list. Oh, that's so disappointing.
Yeah, I hate to say it. Even though I will say this list was very hard to make, but I will say right now though
it was hard to make for me.
Yeah.
Another show I did not put on my list, but I know a lot of people are going to be mad at me, even though I've not seen much of the show. The problem is I've not seen much of the show, that's why I didn't put it in.
Which one? Oh,
Steven
really?
Universe.
Okay.
I have not seen much of it, honestly,
Then
because...
I can excuse you for
honestly, here's the thing with Steven Universe for me. The fandom for Steven Universe is horrible.
Yeah, I don't like their fandom, dude. They're terrible people.
Fans in history. It makes Undertale, extreme Undertale fans horrible.
Hey, Shane, read what I put in the chat.
No.
I'm not seeing anything.
Scroll up a little bit.
Oh,
No. I don't see anything either.
if Lucas was a woman, he'd be the prison guard from Super Jail.
Really?
Love her, baby.
Fucking really?
I'll show you a good time.
Hey, baby, back in my day, they used to call me Bubba Jr. That's also one of my that's also one of my favorites. But yeah, I know I have been naughty.
Naughty. Anyway, let's get into our top 10. Number 10. Start off. You want me to start off, Shane, or you want to start off?
I can start off.
All right.
Oh my goodness, man.
All right. Ah, sorry, my voice is
Oh,
fucked
Shane,
up.
you poor bastard.
Oh my god, dude, I was so sick. But anyways, that's another story for another day. Okay, so for me, number 10 is the Powerpuff Girls. Now, okay, call me fucking anything you want, fucking man-child, queer, I don't give a shit. This show is good.
It is
Good
good.
stuff.
I'm not gonna lie, it's good too. Trust me.
Yeah. It was a very entertaining show, and not only that, there was some hidden messages in some of the episodes that flew over kids' heads. I know it did for me.
One is the girl with the accident joke. That was pretty funny. It's like, don't worry, Professor, I was in an accident too.
Oh yeah, that flew over my head as a kid, and I'm looking back and I'm like,
Same
oh my
here.
god.
You know, it's funny because I remember back with the Divas Revolution, so stupid. Charlotte, Paige, and Becky Lynch, they were like compared to the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh
Oh
god.
my god.
You know what I'm talking about, Lucas?
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, the Powerpuff Girls was an entertaining show through and through with likable characters, and the fact that it was, of course, it was an episodic show, but there was a lot of times where they actually did go into the back story, and it's still a little vague and open to interpretation. But like for example, the movie was also really good too.
Actually, it was actually. You know what? Blossom, the redhead, she grew up to be Emma Stone.
It's an angel. But yeah, so that's why number 10 is Powerpuff Girls for me. It was great through and through, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
My number 10, you have to go with the original. Like, you have to go with an original cartoon for this one. This show is a groundbreaking show, no matter what anyone says. This is a groundbreaking show for comedy. Number 10 is the Looney Tunes show.
The new one, or are we talking old school?
The old school.
Okay, I was going more along the lines of Cartoon Network as from the very beginning, not like, okay, that's understandable though.
Well, I did. This
I
is
agree
where
with
I
that.
first watched it though. This is my first experience with the Looney Tunes was on Cartoon Network as a kid.
Okay, fair enough. That was me too. That was me too. I understand.
Let me tell you something. Hey, pay attention when I'm talking to you. Son. Now, I say I'm gonna beat that dog's ass with this 2x4. That son bitch.
If you do not have the Looney Tunes as one of your favorite cartoons of all time,
Dude, fucking Foghorn Leghorn.
No cartoons.
Dude, Foghorn Leghorn is my all-time favorite. My favorite is like I said, the when he fucks with the dog and when the dog that's like Gary and I.
Yeah.
That's the relationship you have. Like Gary's sleeping and I just take a 2x4. I'm like, oh doggy, do 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 do, and I go behind and lift up his ass. And I smack the shit out of him with it.
Oh my
The
god.
Looney Tunes show is an instant classic. If you've not seen any Looney Tunes episodes, you have been living under a rock and you need to see it immediately.
Yeah, definitely. It's
Looney Tunes
classic.
My number 10.
Foghorn Leghorn and Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner. Those are the best.
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go my number.
And Tom and Jerry, dude, another good one.
I'm gonna be your number. I'm gonna go my number 9, then your number 9. Then we're gonna do a reverse order like that. Sound good, Shane? Or does that work? Or?
Wait. So are we going now? We're gonna go down
I'm
to
gonna do my number 9, and then you'll do your number 9. Then you'll do your number 8, then I'll do my number 8, and then that same order.
Oh, okay.
All right. So number 9 for me is another classic show that I first got experience from. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? The original episodes.
Good one there too.
I loved Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo had some great episodes. And
Oh my god, very good.
The characters are all memorable. Fred, Daphne, Velma, Shaggy, Scooby. Scooby was my all-time favorite character. And Jerome, you even called me Shaggy at a couple points.
That's true.
Scooby-Doo is another great iconic cartoon. I love Scooby-Doo as a kid. The one thing that probably got me away from Scooby-Doo for a while is the live-action movies.
No, God, the
like
live-action
as a
movies.
kid, Now I watch it as an adult because most times kids, when you're a kid, you like a lot of things are good, but they're kind of complete shit. Like the Pokemon movie. Yeah, the Scooby-Doo movies, watching them back, you can't watch them anymore. They're so bad.
Yeah, dude, it's terrible.
Anyway, that's why the Scooby-Doo Where Are You is my number 9.
All right. My number 9 was a show that I actually didn't think would have much of a merit onto me until I actually gave it a shot, and I'm so glad I did. And that would be Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Oh, that's another show I was considering on my list. If that was my number, if that was like my number 17 or so, like probably like my number, maybe in the top 20.
Yeah, if you're doing top 20, that's understandable. For me, it's because it was so lighthearted and so fun that anybody from any sort of age group could honestly enjoy it. It was a very fun show through and through with some characters. Yeah, some of them were annoying, like Blue had his moments where he was just fucking god-awful. But there was a lot of different parts of that show that just sort of stuck with me as a whole that I honestly just loved through and through. It was not only that, I loved all the little references they put into the show as well, where you could find quote-unquote older versions of Dexter and Mandark from Dexter's Laboratory. Ed, Edd n Eddy made an appearance in there too. Not only that, there was a bunch of little other things here and there, like the movie for Foster's Home was called Good Wilt Hunting, which was also a reference to Good Will Hunting. But anyways, just the little references they put in there, and they put a lot of love into the show, like a lot of love into it. It was really, really good. And that is why, in short, Foster's Home is number 9 for me.
A lot of love, just like just like Lucas with the Steelers.
Mm-hmm. Just put a lot of love into it.
Love the Steelers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I love the Steelers. I love the Steelers as much as my. Oh, Shane. I love the Steelers as much as my BBA butt plug and my interlocks.
So am I doing number 8 now?
This is the last time I made it myself. Just so you know. All right, Shane. What's your number 8?
Okay, number 8 was honestly, as I look at it as an adult and as a kid, was a very disturbing show. But it was honestly really funny now that I look back on it. I didn't like it so much as a kid, but I started rewatching some of the episodes with me being 22 now, and it made a lot more sense somehow. And that show is The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Oh, that's on my list. It's higher up, though.
Okay. This show is honestly gross as fuck sometimes, but...
Yeah, I do agree with that.
Yes, but honestly it could be a whole lot worse. And
Mr. Pickles.
Oh, God.
Oh, Mr. Pickles!
Yeah, freaking Billy and Mandy could have been just shock humor, but there was a lot of...
Context.
Yeah. Well, there's actual context in this, but not only that, the actual humor behind it. A lot of the jokes that they did made sense. Now, I will say that there was a lot of things that they did in here that a lot of kids will not get, because as a kid, that's the reason why I didn't like the show too much. Like, I didn't think it was terrible, but at the same time, I thought that it wasn't all that great either, until I saw it as an adult. Then things started to make more sense and became actually super hilarious. And because of that, with characters who are likable, quotes that are memorable, you can quote back on whenever. There's the reason why I find Billy and Mandy such like a great show. Not only that.
Yeah, you have a good point. Like when you watch cartoons as a kid, when you grow up and you watch, you're like, holy shit! I wouldn't like Farquhar Lakegard. You remember how he's trying to teach the little boy? Like Artie Lang mentioned this. He's trying to teach the little boy. He's trying to look after this little chick, little boy.
Yeah.
And the reason why, because he wants to fuck the mother hen. Okay.
Pretty much.
That's what he wants. He wants to get in underneath them lovely feathers.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. There was just a lot of things that I missed as a kid in Billy and Mandy, and that is, well, there's a few of them, but I could go into that. But another thing is, their interpretation of Dracula is fucking funny.
Yes, he is.
I forgot who, I think it was voiced by...
of Dracula.
Yeah, he was voiced by... Yeah, he was this old black guy who was voiced by, I think, one of the casts of Mad TV.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my god, every episode with him was funny.
It was.
Oh my god, I'm just thinking about it.
Which version of Dracula, like Christopher Lee or Bela Lugosi or?
No, well, if you ever seen the movie Blackula, that's the one I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
It's really funny, dude. And not only that, last statement about the show.
Hmm?
Death is Jamaican.
Yes! Yes! It's awesome.
Is he high all the time?
No, but dude, it's just the best interpretation of death I have ever seen in my entire life.
And he's played by Bob Marley.
No.
I wish. Nah, but anyway, so a lot of laughs. There's a lot of things that'll go over kids' heads, which is another thing I can respect nowadays in cartoons and such, and that is why Billy and Mandy is at number 8 for me.
It took me up higher on my list. But number 8 is a very, very good show. This is mainly on Adult Swim, but this is one of the best Adult Swim shows I've probably ever seen. Number 8 is Rick and Morty.
Oh, I think we're counting Adult Swim shows.
I count Cartoon Network because Cartoon Network is the parent company.
Okay.
So I count.
That's understandable. I just did strictly Cartoon Network, but I can respect that. Yes, Rick and Morty is a really great show.
Rick and Morty
I was pleasantly surprised.
Awesome show. The jokes, the sci-fi humor, and everything, it is hilarious. And the main reference of the show is it's a parody of Back to the Future with Doc and Marty, Rick and Morty. That was the original short idea. Was like the original sketch show online was Doc and Marty, like.
Yeah, because I can easily sense the what you call it, the.
You gotta set my balls. That was great, but
Yeah,
Rick and Morty was
wow, I lost the word. Reference.
Or as Gary would say it, Doc and Morty!
What? Anyway, Rick and Morty, though, is one of those shows you have to see to believe. The jokes are great. The cameos are great. The voice acting's excellent. The characters are amazing. There's one character, his name is Mr. Poopy Butthole, but he is awesome.
Yeah. What?
His name is Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Yeah, that's his name in the show.
Wait,
but he is an awesome character.
Mr. Goopy Butthole?
Poopy Butthole. Mr. Poopy Butthole.
What the fuck?
No, dude, Jerome.
It sounds retarded, I know.
There's a picture of it on. Let me find it for you.
Wait, say his name. Mr. what Butthole?
Poopy Butthole. Mr. Poopy Butthole.
His name is Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Yes.
Oh, I can imagine Gary laughing at me. Yeah. Poopy Butthole.
Gary's like.
He's like, oh, he does.
Okay, this is what he looks like though, Jerome. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna link the page to the group chat.
Okay.
Not what you think he is, though. That's all I gotta say is he's not what you think he is.
Alright.
Alright, so let me I found the image, so let me just put it in here. Okay. But yeah, that's the picture, though.
Alright. Let's take a look here. Keep going. I'll
that's why Rick and Morty, though, is my number 8. Number 7. Number 7 for me is a show you mentioned, Shane, on your honorable mentions.
Oh?
Codename Kids Next Door.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay. I really wish I could include this in my list.
The names of the missions, the characters are memorable.
Oh, fuck, that actually hurt.
You alright, Shane? But anyway.
I'm good.
Okay, good. Right. Anyway, though, this show has the best weapons for characters. Oh, great. You like Saw, Jerome?
You know what he looks like? He looks like if the Planters Peanut went on a diet.
It does, actually. It was sort of a throwaway character they just made just for shiggles, and it
he looks like a fucking yellow pickle with a top hat.
I'm glad you like him, though. When I tell people about that character, they think the worst thing possible. Well, it's honestly not.
It really isn't. It's not as bad as people think it is.
I know, but
because it's like, oh, the character they like that is gotta be childish as fuck. It's like, oh, not really, actually.
Yeah, that's a good character. But anyway, though, Codename Kids Next Door is definitely one of those shows I watch over and over again. And one thing I love, though, the tease about the possible new series, Galactic Kids Next Door.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that becomes a thing.
I really want it to happen. I saw all the episodes. It is amazing. I really hope they do a future.
I watched all the they look like storyboard concepts because it wasn't a full animation. Right. But even if it became one, it would honestly be super awesome.
It would be super awesome.
Yeah, it would be an excellent show.
That's why Codename Kids Next Door is my number 7.
All right, number 7 for me was an older school Cartoon Network show, and the more I think about it, the more I want to watch it.
Just like porn.
Yeah, not for the plot, but for the filler. But anyway, anyways, number 7 for me is Dexter's Laboratory.
Oh yes.
All right, Dexter's Laboratory.
I wish I put this on my list.
What do you get when you got a very small kid who is an absolute boy genius and gets into himself into crazy adventures? This show.
Yeah, his fucking sister, Dee Dee, whatever her name is. Yeah, with those long ass legs, she grows up to become Stacy Kubler. Yeah.
Now, Dexter's Laboratory was a very fun show through and through. Right? It was all about having a good time watching it, and I still remember that one episode they did where he meets this guy who's like, I could have swore he actually was voiced by Mr. T. It was about growing a beard and stuff, and it was really fucking funny. But
hey boy, you look mighty cute in them jeans.
I think I said that at one point. But oh my god! But anyways, oh god, sorry. There was a lot of episodes in here that I could say that I did not hate.
Until season 3 and 4, because they were honestly.
Yeah, there was this time where suddenly the show went through a downward spiral, and the thing is, it started when the art style changed, because it looked fine as it was, and then they changed the art style because they changed up the entire writing and everything. And it didn't become as great as a show, but when you look at it from the very beginning onwards, it actually was really great. And honestly, I have really good memories of this show. It has a lot of fondness to me. I mean, who wouldn't want to see some boy genius get into crazy adventures with inventions that he made, and of course, a troublesome sister? I mean, a lot of us can relate to that. So
my problem is, this had to be like this was one of the inspirations for the show Drawing Test.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You know, it is good. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say,
it is.
Go on. I'll wait.
I will say, it's like, yeah, that is true. There's only one problem. It's like, you can relate to that. Yeah, except the problem is, it's in reverse. My sister is the highly intelligent, smart, intellectual one, and I'm just the goofball.
Yeah, you're the one who says, what does this button do? Fucking presses and everything.
Fuck, man. Man, I see a red button, I was like, man, I'm gonna press with all sorts of things.
Ah, Christ. And without further ado, that is why Dexter's Laboratory is my number 7.
You're number 6.
Why do you think I did so good in the? Why do you think I did so good in the idiot test?
Because you can do math and Gary cannot.
No, I love pressing buttons.
Buttons.
But anyways, number 6 for me is actually a recent show, and I honestly thought it was going to be stupid when I saw it. When I heard of it. Like, I saw the previews and stuff, like, oh, this is going to be stupid. I fell in love with it in the first 3 episodes. And that show is Steven Universe.
Oh, yes.
Okay, let me get down to the nitty-gritty of why this show is great, all right? Not besides, okay, the animation and art style is great on the eyes. It's
Absolutely,
great.
I do agree with that.
It has a lot of action scenes that is very reminiscent of fantasy RPG video games out there, which is something I can get behind, of course.
Yep.
And not only that, every single character is likable.
Mm-hmm.
Even from such a goofball like Steven. And he actually breaks his own mold sometimes. There is character development in this. And that's what I like about it so much, is that even though the episodes are, for the most part, episodic, they still keep on the progression. Steven learns how to use his powers more often, thus matures a little bit. He's still a big goofball, but he's still likable. The characters start to become more, close as time goes on because they realize more things about themselves, and they open up more as a family. And not only that, it kind of, okay, this is another thing that's sort of, there's a lot of undertones with the show. So there's a lot of lesbian undertones.
Oh.
Now, that's understandable, but like.
Well, then again, I can relate because I'm a lesbian in a big guy's body, so.
Yeah. And lesbians. But anyways, there's a lot of that thing, and honestly, I think that's a great idea because we need to break this whole thing of like, lesbians. Oh God, I can't do that. That's stupid.
No, we gotta have more of them. It's wonderful. It's poetry in motion. God damn it.
Seriously, this show really is poetry in motion. The animation is great. There is nothing I can say bad about it. And not only that, the plot is excellent too.
No, I was actually talking about lesbians.
Well, I'm talking about space lesbians.
I know.
But no, seriously, this show is amazing, and I binge watched almost the entire series in like almost a whole day.
Oh my God, damn, man.
Dude, it's that good. I'm not even lying.
It is good. I'll give it that. The problem is the fandom really killed it for me. This show.
I'm agreed. I despise the fandom with an absolute passion for the most part. All right.
Because seriously, Jerome, we gotta tell you this one story. There's a girl online on Tumblr that drew a girl that was supposed to be heavy and drew the character as thin, and then every character wanted her. The girl almost committed suicide because the fans were frustrating her about like giving her negative feedback.
Yeah,
okay,
dude.
First of all, hey man, bigger women, they need loving too. God damn it.
Yeah.
But seriously, like you should be able to draw them nowhere which any way you want. Like,
okay, let me go in more detail about that. All right.
That's bull. Hey, look at Rebel Wilson. She's a bigger chick. I want to bang the shit out of her.
There's nothing wrong with that, honestly.
Yeah,
but let me go into a little more detail about that. All right. So this girl, all right, she's actually a pretty talented artist for her age. She's like 16, and she draws better than I do. She's great at it.
Oh shit.
And the thing is, there's this character who is one of the main staples of Steven Universe, and her name is Rose Quartz, and she's depicted as a more heavy-set woman, but still easy on the eyes. But the thing is that when you're an artist, when it comes to many different mediums, it is open to interpretation. If you're an artist, like myself, you may want to change a few things about this because it's in your own head. That's understandable. And she changed Rose Quartz's body style to be more, fit. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's the way you want to draw it. That's fine. But the people who are the Steven Universe fans said, oh no, we're going to shut that shit down right now. And unfortunately for this girl, she is like me. She has horrid depression, and it caused her to attempt suicide.
Oh,
she's fine. Now, don't worry, anybody. She's fine. She's perfectly okay. And she's gotten a lot of love, which is good.
Goddamn right.
Yeah, so she's back in working order. She's doing good. But the problem is that the Steven Universe fans are horrid. Oh my God, they viciously attack anybody who makes even the slightest change to the canon.
Fucking fanboys, god damn.
It's bad, dude.
I thought the FNAF fandom was bad.
Oh, FNAF fandom's horrid, dude.
Wait, FNAF?
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh.
But yeah, and of course, as you guys know, I'm very big on mental health. I'm very proactive on it, and when I saw this, when I heard of this news, I was completely and utterly disgusted.
Oh man, it's just disgraceful.
Yeah, now if that was taking in count to why on Steven Universe as a whole, it wouldn't be at number 6 for me. But I'm talking about the show in general.
Right, as a whole.
As far as I'm concerned, the fandom can go fuck themselves.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, without further ado, that is why. Besides that, Steven Universe is a really, really fun show. Right? It's great, a lot of great action scenes, a lot of good plot.
I think I do need to give this show another chance.
Yeah, definitely, Lucas.
That really got to me though. But
yeah, dude, believe me, I know.
That's pretty much how that's the reason why I hate Call of Duty. Oh my goodness. Man, Shane, goddamn.
I'm sorry, I'm not feeling like shit.
I mean, that's a good example of why I hate Call of Duty fanboys and Happy Madison fucktards.
Yeah, agree, man. And thank you, Nick, for saying that I'm awesome. I really do appreciate that. But
Shane Omega is awesome. Everything is great when you have a big dick.
Yeah, that was a good reference.
Yeah, seriously, man. But anyways, without further ado, Steven Universe is a fantastic show that everyone should at least give a shot. Do not take the whole news with the fandom in while you're watching this. Just watch it as a show and you'll enjoy it. I'm almost certain. Anyways, that is why Steven Universe is at number 6 for me.
My number 6 is the show you mentioned already, It is Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Ooh, it's a
I love this show. The characters are all great. Billy, the lovable idiot. Mandy, the strict girl who's really like a badass, pretty much just because she just does not give
she doesn't give a shit about anything.
Nope. And then you have Grim, who's voiced by Ian Eagles, who's an excellent voice actor. He's also Jamaican.
Jamaican Death.
Yep. It is awesome. And one of the big things I do love, I don't know if I don't think you've mentioned this, is the crossover between Codenames Kids Next Door.
Oh, that's right. They did have a crossover episode with Codename Kids Next Door.
I was going to ask about the Steven Universe, though. I was going to ask you one question.
Sure.
What did you think of the Steven Universe Uncle Grandpa crossover?
Okay. For those who know already from our last list that we did of the best and worst of the worst of Cartoon Network, I said I really hated Uncle Grandpa. It could be a whole lot worse, but I really didn't like it. However, the episode with that of Steven Universe was honestly the worst Steven Universe episode. But here's the thing. Every single Steven Universe episode I've seen has been phenomenal. That says a lot. Now, with that being said, the Uncle Grandpa crossover one was not honestly that bad. It was not horrid in the sense that it was like, really awful or, just a pain in the ass. Because I really don't like Uncle Grandpa. Fuck that shit. But honestly, it was honestly not a bad episode. It was a fun little non-canon thing to do. And I'm alright with that.
Same here, because I did watch that, and I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, it was an alright episode. It was definitely not the best. It was actually the worst, but honestly, every single episode of Steven Universe I've seen has been fucking great.
Alright, so Billy Mandy, you did cover a lot of the topics I did want to go over, but
yeah,
there were a lot of great characters. Erwin was a great character.
Oh, Erwin was fucking great.
I do love one of the things too is I love the series finale where they did the show within the show. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I remember the name of it, but it was like where this the four guys, like these four guys like form crew and they fight crime and stuff. That was pretty awesome. Indeed. Finale. That's why the Grim Adventures of Billy Mandy is my number 6. Why? Now
Jerome, what are you giggling about over there, mister?
Oh my god. Did you just send me a message, Jerome? Okay, let me read it.
Yeah, he did. He left a message.
Shit, fart, box, turd.
Poetry.
Really,
folks.
Jerome? Really?
Poetry.
I'll say you something even better next time.
Jerome. Number 5 for me, though. I dress up as Halloween. He is one of my favorite cartoon role models, and this guy is just purely awesome. Number 5 is Johnny Bravo. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my God, Johnny Bravo.
Oh my gosh, Johnny Bravo.
Good stuff.
Or as Gary calls me, cue ball Romy Bravo.
Yeah, that's
Johnny
right.
Bravo, honestly, is a phenomenal episode and a phenomenal show. You got some great episodes in there, and
That was also Jenny Tarantowski, right?
yep, Jenny Tarantowski. And that was also one of Seth MacFarlane's first shows he wrote on. That was actually one of the first shows he wrote on.
Hey, what's up, Sugar Mama?
Johnny Bravo, though,
I
was
used to watch
Fucking
that.
love Johnny Bravo. He's
Dude,
awesome.
I used to watch that with my mom, and we had a great time watching that. And
Mhm.
I would always mention that he
Me and my
was such
brother
an
always
idiot,
watched this
but
stuff.
so likable.
Me and my brother always watch this episode. Johnny Bravo, though, is just one of those shows that you love. It just loves it right away. You love the show right away just because the characters are awesome. They're all memorable. I love the crossovers. They did a crossover with Scooby-Doo as well, which was awesome.
Yeah, I remember that episode. It was great.
That was a great episode. There's not too much to say, though. Johnny Bravo, though, is my number 5.
All right, number 5 for me is a show that with not a lot of dialogue, but
Oh, I know what it
it
is.
conveys a lot. And it's not just with the action scenes, but the characters themselves. The imagination behind the show is honestly awe-inspiring. And that show is Samurai Jack.
Oh, another Jenny Tarantowski
It's higher up on my list, though. That is not rough. But
God. Okay, we're right again with Samurai Jack.
Oh, hi, Gizzy.
This show.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking to my dog, Gizzy.
I know. This show, from start to finish, and hopefully to the rebirth,
Yes.
been excellent in all sense of the word. Now, yes, this one does not have a lot of dialogue in it, But that can show you that even with a show with not a dialogue in it, can be something of a masterpiece. I mean, let's take a look at a lot of kind of soundless shows back in like the 1930s and stuff. Charlie Chaplin with his shorts and stuff that he's made, the short movies, all really good. I didn't really have any dialogue in it. And that it's kind of hard to compare Charlie Chaplin and freaking Samurai Jack, but But the point remaining is that even with not a lot of words being conveyed, it tells a amazing story of a man who is trying to get back home.
That is a TV to movie adaptation I would love to see.
Oh my God, I would love that, and hopefully they could do that. And I would love them to go ahead and finish off the series in a movie where you can actually see it in theaters. I would love that. And not only that, the story and the characters are all interesting. Like, I was hooked from day one, and I can't really think of any episodes in Samurai Jack that I didn't like. Every single there was like barely any negatives in this, and even if there were, all the positives outweigh it entirely. Basically, in short, it's a brilliant show through and through, masterpiece in all sense of the word, and everyone really should give it a shot. It's great. So, anyways, that's why it's number 5. All right.
What? So it's our number 4?
No, did you do your number 5 already?
I already did my number 5. It was Johnny Bravo. Now it's your number 4.
Oh, my number 4 is Johnny Bravo. Let me go ahead and give my quick thoughts about this one. Okay, since Lucas already covered it, there's not a whole lot to say about the show without you actually having to watch it, but it is funny. Oh my God. Oh, dude, and the character is one of those lovable idiots.
Yeah, kind of like me.
Big muscle-bound idiot who is you just love him. You just
you can't help but get enough. He's like, okay, I gotta see more of this guy. See what he's gonna do next.
Yeah, exactly. And it was one of those shows that like I would even watch nowadays, and I still would find all the humor in it. And there were a lot of different lines, like one-liners that he would say that definitely went over me as a kid. But looking back on it now, it's like, oh, yep, I get it now. I get it.
I wonder how many times he has to go to the chiropractor for how he literally turns and how he goes from one place to the other so damn quickly.
I know. And it took me the longest time to even as a kid, because, well, I didn't know about Elvis Presley as a kid, but Elvis Presley was the main interpretation to...
Oh, yeah, that's... Yeah, if Elvis Presley... took some steroids, had blonde hair, and knew martial arts.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just a really fun show in general, and it honestly was hilarious through and through. And that is why number 4 is Johnny Bravo for me.
I wonder who can play a live-action Johnny Bravo.
That's a really good question. Body shape would probably be Dwayne Johnson. But acting would be a whole nother thing. I don't know. That's a really good question. But anyway.
I don't know. I would love to see what the chat would say about that. I'll leave it to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Lucas, you're number 4?
Number 4 for me is probably one of the best animated shows ever. This is created by one of the best animators of all time, and this show... I love this show from beginning to end. I've seen every episode, and this show, it involves dogs. It's Courage the Cowardly Dog, if you did not know that.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Courage the Cowardly Dog, because this show, Courage the Cowardly Dog, is one of the best shows ever. Even though it's so scary, it is very scary.
Yeah, it's very disturbing. I wouldn't necessarily say scary.
It's very disturbing. It definitely scared me a bunch of times. But the show is just so lovable, and you come back to it. The characters are amazing. You've got Muriel, Eustace, Courage, and all the other villains that they had to face, and it's just awesome. The animation is beautiful. By John Dilworth. He's an amazing...
Yeah, man, dude, he's good. Really good at what he does.
But yeah, Courage the Cowardly Dog is just one of those shows you have to watch yourself.
Yeah, it's an experience.
Once you're a kid, if you saw this when you were a kid, you were scared. But now you see it now, you're just like, how was I scared by this? But Yeah,
I mean, yeah. At the same time, it's like, how am I not in a mental institution for this from this show?
Courage the Calorie Dog is my number 4. Number 3 for me now. Now you get to go my number 3.
Mhm.
Number 3 for me is one of the best anime-style shows I have seen. And this show, if it wasn't for its stupid spin-off, I would have the show much higher. Number 3 is Teen Titans.
Wow. I thought it was going to
Okay.
be much higher.
Do you know what's funny? The reason why I'm laughing is because like Lucas is like, okay, my number 4, my number 3. This is one of the best animated shows I've ever seen. I'm like, well, yeah, that's why you do this.
Anime style, because Teen Titans was one of the first main shows to do this anime style. And
Yeah. But yet use a American medium as their as the vocal point, which was very interesting. But I'll cover that later.
People are saying I should play Johnny Bravo.
we need to get you a wig set up.
Yeah, no shit.
anyways, Teen Titans, my favorite character probably from Teen Titans was, I honestly think it was Cyborg, my favorite character.
Cyborg was awesome in Teen Titans.
Cyborg was awesome. He had some great episodes too, especially when he was on very low power, he had to fight and to get his power back, to figure out and find himself. That was a great episode.
That's why I love that show. But again, I'll cover that later.
God, it's been years since I actually seen Teen Titans.
Oh my god.
Those shows, you gotta see it right now. If you haven't seen it now, you gotta see it. Don't watch Teen Titans Go. Watch Teen Titans.
Don't bother with that shit. Watch the original. Good stuff.
The original is the best.
That reminds me of the Star Wars, where the originals are awesome, but the new shit is awful.
Yeah, exactly.
Teen Titans, yeah. Just please watch it. That's
Yeah,
why I'm not going to cover too much because I know Shane definitely wants to go into it.
Mhm. All right, so my number 3, right?
Yeah, you're number 3.
Was actually Courage the Cowardly the Dog, as you said.
Yeah.
Now, I will cover a little bit on my thoughts on this show, right? This show was honestly disturbing for what it was. It really was. It was a disturbing show. But there wasn't without its heartfelt moments. And that is what the magic of this show was that it was a show with a lot of heart behind it. And because of that, I really dug it. And the thing is that all the characters are really likable, and it's even Eustace. He's a character that you love to hate, only for the main fact that he gets karmatic justice by almost the end of every single episode. And honestly, yeah, it's just there was a lot of imagery in the show that was just ugh, what the fuck? Because it was kind of grotesque. You got to see organs and shit, and I'm like, how the fuck did they get past this? Through the executive screening. How the fuck did they get past it? But at the same time, I gotta say that I'm glad I've seen all of this show. The only thing I can say that is a big disappointment about it is that it ended.
Yes.
And on a episode that, on a message standpoint, was a brilliant ending. But as far as an actual ending goes...
One of the best endings ever in cartoons.
Yeah, but as an ending in general, I felt it was a little weak, but as far as message goes, it couldn't have been any better. But at the same time, I can still forgive for that. And that is why Courage the Cowardly Dog is my number 3. I got to go on my number 2. Okay. We actually just covered this. So I'm not going to go ahead and fucking tease the shit out of this one. It is Teen Titans is my number 2.
Yes. I know where our number 1 is.
Yeah, you probably already do.
Yeah.
Anyone who's known me as a kid already knows this one. But anyways, my thoughts on Teen Titans. All right, folks. Teen Titans is one of these shows that I couldn't get enough of as a kid. It was brilliant. The writing was brilliant. The characters likable, memorable. I can't really think of any episode that I watched that I hated. That I could say that, wow, this is a really good show, but this episode sucks. I never said that one time. I'm pretty sure I can go with full confidence saying that if I go ahead and watch it again, that I could say the same thing. Every episode was great. Now, oh my god, I saw the cancer that was Teen Titans Go earlier today. It's just fucking kill me. And I was looking at it, and I can't help but make comparisons, even though they're 2 separate shows. I can't help but make 2 make comparisons. The reason why I really liked Teen Titans, the original, so much is that it explored a lot of human psyche. For example, as Lucas was talking about why he likes Cyborg so much, is because as cliche as this is going to sound, he was the most human out of the Teen Titans, in my opinion.
He was.
Even though he was as his name depicts, Cyborg, he was the most human. He had a lot of heart behind him. And that is one of the reasons why I liked a lot of his episodes, when they focused on him. He was a character with a really good sense of humor, who could get serious at times. And one of the few things I also really liked was the Raven episodes when they got into that. That shit got dark.
Yeah. That was
Slade was an excellent villain. I'm glad they could put him in, because him as Deathstroke would have been too brutal.
Yeah.
But Slade is a excellent villain.
Mm-hmm.
Through and through. Who was one of those things you could not escape from. He was a villain that you could not escape at all from. And that's what part of his whole thing is that he's sort of like a creeping darkness you can't get rid of no matter what you do. And oh my god, I just wish it never ended. It's one of those shows I hated the fact that they ended, especially at a point with the Terra arc. Is that she was also a really good character, of course. And then one of the few things, again, I like about the show is that even though these characters had a lot of like powers and stuff like that, and they were really excellent at what they do, they all had their flaws. And that's what I love, is that they weren't shown as like superheroes. Oh, I'm gonna save the day all day, every day. No, they actually had human characteristical flaws, and that's what I loved about it, is that they were convincing. They were convincing as characters, and we need more of that, in my opinion. We need something that's believable, but yet still in the realm of fantasy, where we can have a good time watching it. Am I right, or am I right?
Right.
Indeed. So, I can go ahead and praise the shit out of this, but we gotta get this shit moving, and that is why Teen Titans is my number 2 best. Alright. Lucas.
Yes. My number 2?
1. Oh wait, you're number 2?
I haven't gotten to talk about my number 2 yet.
Yeah, I'm talking about you 2 yet. Go on.
Alright, number 2 for me is a show you already mentioned. It's Samurai Jack. Let's just get to say it.
Okay.
Samurai Jack is just one of those shows. It's beautiful. It's magic. It's magic. The animation, it literally is.
It
magic.
really is.
It's Jenny Tartowski's piece as well.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny Tartowski's master. I think this is his masterpiece, though.
Yeah, I would say on a story standpoint, as well as not a story standpoint, but also an animation standpoint, masterpiece through and through.
All right, just real quick though, Jerome is gonna have to go real quick. Jerome, give a final thoughts real quick before you go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lay down because my chest is killing me.
Oh man, we're all sick today.
Well, I was not sick. It's just like, just not feeling well. So I'm gonna let these guys finish it off. Oh boy, that came out wrong. I'm gonna let yeah, motherfuck Vince McMahon, because he's a racist, biased prick, and fuckboy buckethead. I'll let you guys do the last numbers, and I'll let you close the show.
All right, awesome.
Thank you.
Sorry, this is like the only time I do this, but man, I'm not feeling the best, so I'm gonna let you guys go.
No worries, man.
Take over from here. Good luck with you both.
Sounds good.
Have a good night and feel better, my friend.
Have a good night and feel better, dude.
Oh man.
Now let's finish it up. Samurai Jack is just a show that really you cannot go without watching. Samurai Jack just needs to be seen firsthand.
Yeah.
The story is really well done, and I am so freaking happy they're redoing remaking the show. Like they're finally.
Yeah, I'm glad as hell too, man. Like,
yep, and they're finally going to end the series. They're going to finally give the original ending that they wanted. Jenny Tartowski's continued story, like he still had like 20 or 5 more, 30 more episodes planned, but he's going to do more, and we'll see how it is because
the thing is the original series, after it was done with being on TV, was actually done in comic book form, and that was a really cool thing. But at the same time, I hated that because it's like, well, where the fuck do I get these comics? I've since found a way to obtain them, but at the same time, it's like, as a kid, I had no patience as a kid, so I'm like, nah.
Same here. I do agree with that. That's why sometimes too. And now our number one, it's obvious. Let's just say it together on three.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Eddie. Yes. Oh my God.
Outright
Indeed.
number one. This show is the best, the funniest, one of the funniest shows I've ever seen on TV.
Indeed. Okay, let me get one thing out of the way real quick. I know I had said beforehand that there was a lot of these shows on these lists. I always said that there was no bad episodes in these. Ed, Edd n Eddy had one. All right, in my opinion. However, again, here's where the positives outweigh the bad. There was this one episode that I just couldn't come to terms to liking whatsoever. I couldn't really. There was some parts that was kind of funny. It was the one where Eddie tries to get vengeance against Kevin, and no matter what, he can't get to it. That one was kind of But however,
I thought it was Sorry Wrong Ed, like the phone.
What now?
I thought it was Sorry Wrong Ed, like the phone one.
Oh, no, that one didn't bother me as much.
Yeah, that was probably the one I didn't like as much, but otherwise, the show was excellent. Comedy gold in every episode.
It really was. It was comedy gold, and there was a lot of different jokes in here that definitely would go over kids' heads. But yet at the same time, there was a lot of them where kids would enjoy. And I know as a kid, I enjoyed it. And here's the thing, too, that this show was relatable as hell.
It was.
We all had friends like these, including neighborhood kids that we knew. Minus, having a kid who had a plank of wood for his friend. But, we still found to like him anyways. Yeah, but Plank, excellent character.
Plank is probably the best character. Without saying a word, Plank is probably the best character.
Fantastic. He doesn't have to say anything, and everybody loves him.
Yep.
Now,
oh boy.
Now, one of the few things about Ed, Edd n Eddy that I have to say is that I was a huge fan as a kid, and I still am. I'm not as big as a fan anymore because obviously the show is completely done. Ended off on a good note.
It did.
But at the same time, there was one thing about the show that another sort of negative I can find in it, but yet at the same time, all the positives outweigh the bad, is that in the later seasons, they started going back to school again because during the original airing of the show, is that they were all on summer break, and that was great. And when they went back to school again, it sort of dropped off at that point, but the episodes still found themselves to be really funny. But the one big thing about this show that I think was probably the best part about it was the movie.
Yes, the movie was amazing.
Big picture show was fucking phenomenal.
It was. Going to see Eddie's brother, like the character that's been long away. And that was like the first time they actually showed an adult character.
Indeed.
In our show.
Yeah, because the thing is, in a lot of the different episodes in Ed, Edd n Eddy, Eddie always had this brother who he believed that people respected because he was this like awesome dude, when in fact everybody feared the shit out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And there was another life lesson in there. Do not confuse fear and respect. All right, there was another life lesson in this show. There was a lot of good messages in this one too, especially the movie. The movie had a lot of good messages. But yeah, they actually got to see Eddie's brother for anyone for the very first time. Because we always were like, oh, when are we going to see his brother? And we never got to find out in the original series. But when they did the movie, there you go. And man, that was sweet justice at the end. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Fantastic ending. And everything just ended up on such a good note.
Absolutely. Like they all finally got liked by everybody.
Yeah. Awesome. Because the thing is that in the original series of Ed, Edd n Eddy, the main characters, were not entirely liked because Eddie would kind of, use his brother as a crutch for things, and he would sort of act like kind of a dipshit. Yeah, and that was one of the best parts about the show, though, well, especially the movie, was that sometimes even the simplest answers are right in front of your face, and that is saying sorry.
Right.
And afterwards, because of that, after he said he didn't mean to harm anyone, it was like, okay, we're fine with that. As long as you said and mean what you said, we can forgive you. And thus they became light.
Finally.
And
awesome.
Oh my god. I could go on about this show fucking forever.
We can all go on about this show forever and ever and ever, but
really good.
Ed and Eddie, if you haven't seen it, check it out online. It is amazing. That's why Ed and Eddie is our #1 show, Cartoon Network show of all time, and rightfully so. And that's mainly it. I think we
covered it.
I think we covered everything. So that is going to be the end of our show tonight, guys. We went on for a good while, like almost 2.5 hours. But definitely a necessary episode, though. This was a really good episode. We got to cover a lot of stuff, which I was very happy about.
Yeah, me too.
So, with that being said, let's say our final thoughts, and then we'll be closed.
Okay. Normally, I'd go off on a better tangent, but again, being sick, it's kind of hard to.
We're going to save story time with Shane O'Mac for next week as well.
Yeah, depending on how much we have to talk about next week, I may tell my big story. So if anyone's excited about this life lesson I have to give to other people, including an entertaining story, I would love to tell it. But anyways, and more than likely, my voice is going to come back to normal, normalcy when I become well again. Because I still feel like shit right now. But anyways, oh God, I'm so sorry. At any rate, I do appreciate you guys listening in and still enjoying what I have to say, even though I'm sick as fuck. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the show. We got more along the way, so keep in tune with that, and we'll see you around next time, especially when my voice gets better.
All right. So, with that being said, thank you guys all for watching the show. We'll see you all in the next episode. See you there and stay awesome. Have a great night.